moments ago here at M&T Bank Stadium, a nice tribute to the late owner of the Indianapolis Colts, Jim Irsay, passed away in the offseason. His daughter Carly now takes over as team president. Carly and her sisters, the three Irsay sisters, are now co-owners of the Indianapolis Colts, and Colts players will be wearing a J.I. Jim Irsay patch on their jerseys tonight and throughout the upcoming season as they honor the late owner of the Indianapolis Colts. Let's head down to the field and check in with our broadcast partner Evan Washburn. And Evan, week one preseason, you got to start the storyline with draft pick number 1 and Malachi Starks.
No doubt, Jerry, he's been as advertised since being drafted 27th overall back in April. But as we know, when you're a rookie, but especially a first rounder, there's some stages you have to go through, some boxes you have to check, and that starts rookie minicamp, training camp, first padded practice, and then your first preseason game, that first live action. And for Malachi Starks, he'll get some time tonight, probably a few series into the first quarter. And it's about making a play, of course, but also the leadership. And that's something he's exhibited early in his career here in Baltimore, because he won't have his surrounding pieces, that starting group in the secondary of all first rounders. So he's leading a group that's looking to make some action here in this first game, so it should be fun to watch.
For John Harbaugh, it is the start of season number 18 as the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. He is the second longest tenured head coach with his current team in the NFL. Only Mike Tomlin has been with his team longer. And John Harbaugh, having taken his squad to the postseason 12 of his first 17 seasons, the gold standard is set. The postseason, that's the expectation. And this is a team that believes it is built for another deep run, this time into the month of February. The Ravens won the opening coin toss, and they will receive. And Rob, that's how you know you're in preseason, when you win the coin toss and you receive.
Absolutely. They want this offense to have the ball first. They want to see the flow with this team coming together, especially offensive line, the receiving core, the running backs, everybody playing together, everybody running together.
And we are underway in preseason game number 1 as Keith Mitchell takes the kick across the 25, hit at the 30, and it'll be stopped there. As we take a look at this Ravens offense, it won't look like it will come September 7th when the Ravens kick off against the Buffalo Bills. But Rod, what are you looking for from this offense tonight?
I mean, first we want to find the depth of the offensive line. I think the starting lineup, we know who that is going to be, but the depth of the offensive line, we want to see Cooper Rush and what type of offense that Todd Monken's going to call when he is in there. And then the wide receiving core, who's going to be those guys after the starting lineup, who's going to come in and be the additions to make a deep run into the postseason.
Keith Mitchell will carry on first down, looks off of the left guard, but no room there as he is taken down after no gain. Cooper Rush will get the start tonight and likely throughout the preseason. Former Dallas Cowboy, 9-5 as a starter in the NFL.
I mean, he's played, MAC guy, played in the Midwest, has a lot of starts under his belt, has a lot of reps under his belt. I think it's a really good, solid backup for the Baltimore Ravens. 8
starts last year, filling in for Dak Prescott in Dallas. He'll empty the backfield here on 2nd down and 9. First pass attempt of the preseason, going to the far sideline, and it is intercepted, but a penalty flag is down. Dayton Wade was the target. It is ruled an interception. The question now is, will it be overturned with an interference? So the first,
I don't know, it's like they're
conclave of officials.
It looked like a solid, easy play.
Alex Johnson had the interception for Indy. Will it stand? Take a look, Rod.
He just ran an inside fade. They're both getting their hands on him. He did get his hands on the receiver down the field. But looked like the Colts are celebrating.
On the field was an interception. Pass interference, offense. That penalty's declined. Result of plays, first down, Indianapolis.
So John Harbaugh wanted to look at his young offense. He'll get a look instead at his young defense as the Ravens turn it over on their first possession.
Yeah, I don't see the pass interference on their offense. He was running the slot fade. The defender was on top of him. They both made contact with each other. I just thought it was a great play by the defender.
Indy will take over 1st and 10 at the Colts 47-yard line. And at quarterback for Indianapolis is Anthony Richardson, the 4th overall player taken in the draft back in 2023. We'll see him throughout the first half, or the majority of the first half, before Daniel Jones takes the field. Richardson on 1st down, off the play fake. Has time and he throws complete inside the Ravens 40-yard line as Adonai Mitchell comes up with a grab. All right, Rob, what do you want to see from this young Ravens defense tonight?
Really, you want to see relentless effort because it doesn't take a lot of talent. You want to see the communication on the back end so they can make adjustments, and then swarm the football. You want to swarm the football as you get out there and make really good tackles in open fields.
Anthony Richardson again off the play fake, under pressure, screen to his tight end, and his tight end will take it down to the 30-yard line. A penalty flag is down as Tyler Warren, the Colts' first-round draft pick, picked up 7 on the play if it stands. And with the Colts offense in retreat, you can tell it won't stand.
Eligible man downfield, offense number 60, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
All the early signs of preseason.
Early signs of preseason, you're trying to get a feel when especially in the screen game, that's when the offensive lineman can leave early. First screen of the day for the Colts, and we got illegal man down the field.
Malachi Starks and Sanusi Kane deep for the Ravens defense. Colts will run the ball for the first time today. That's Tyler Goodson with a carry. He stopped at the 41-yard line after a gain of only 2. Brent Urban just re-signed to the roster last week. A mainstay on that defensive front the last several years. He came back and he took the jersey number of his best friend on the team for many years, Michael Pierce, who retired at the end of last season.
I thought the shirt was going to be a little bit too big on him, but it fits him snug.
They may have tailored it. Very different bodies between those two friends. On 2nd and 13, Richardson wants to throw. Over the middle, that's his first-round draft pick, Tyler Warren, reeling it into the 35-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd down after Malachi Starks makes his first tackle.
Malachi Starks, he's an outstanding tackler in open field. But look at Richardson dropping back in the pocket. Does a really good job getting the ball to underneath the arms of Brent Urban, who jumped in the middle of the field.
Malachi Starks getting his first game action, playing alongside with fellow safety Sanusi Kane, who's trying to nail down that 3rd safety spot. On 3rd down and 7, Anthony Richardson out of the gun. Ravens rush 4. Richardson, pocket collapsing. His pass is broken up, incomplete. A terrific break on the ball by Jalen Armour Davis, and the kicking team comes on for Indy.
Yeah, Jalen Armour Davis did a tremendous job of sticking to the receiver, running a deep crossing route. Ball thrown a little bit behind him, but that's the opportunity for the defensive back to make up his ground, and he did so.
So Spencer Schrader will attempt a 53-yard field goal try from the left hash mark to cap the Colts' first offensive possession. Kick is on the way. It has the distance, and it is good. Indy strikes first on a 53-yard field goal, and with 11:51 to play in the opening quarter, it's the Colts 3, Ravens nothing on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Ravens football is brought to you by Constellation, the Baltimore Ravens official clean energy provider. By M&T Bank, the official bank of your Baltimore Ravens. By DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the Baltimore Ravens. And by MedStar Health, the trusted medical team of the Baltimore Ravens and you. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Preseason underway tonight in Baltimore. A week from tonight, it will be on the road in Dallas as the Ravens will be taking on the Cowboys, and then they will conclude the preseason in Washington as they close it out against the Commanders with an afternoon game, a noon kickoff on August 23rd. It all sets up the season opener, September 7th in Buffalo against the Bills, where the Ravens season ended a year ago in the playoffs. It begins in 2025. And you know, certain players are already thinking very much about the outcome of that game, the outcome of both of those games, Rod.
No, absolutely. You know, when you have expectations that you're going to be in the Super Bowl and you fall short of that, you have that sour taste in your mouth coming back the following year.
Keaton Mitchell's kick return out to the 29-yard line. We're already seeing the landscape change in the kicking game with special teams in the NFL with the rule change this year that a touchback, a ball kicked into the end zone, puts it at the 35-yard line of the offense. In talking with Ravens players, they said, look, nobody wants to give Lamar the ball at the 35-yard line, so they're going to make these kicks returnable.
Oh, absolutely. And this is going to be a great opportunity for Mitchell as the season goes on for him to make some big plays in the kicking game.
Cooper Rush will operate under center. Keaton Mitchell alone in the backfield on 1st and 10. They give it to Mitchell. Gets through a hole, crosses a 34-yard line, and is drilled out of bounds at the 35 after a game of 6.
Yeah, when I first saw Mitchell, he looked like he was bigger. He has that same explosion. We talked to him this week, and he said, I feel that I'm back. I feel I have my same explosion that I had 2 years ago.
Said he went through quite the crisis after his injury where he felt like he disappeared. After a burst of popularity in his rookie season, all of a sudden the injury left him on the outside looking in. Mitchell will carry again, picks his way through a crowd, but will only get a couple out to the 36-yard line, setting up a 3rd down. You've gone through that as a player, and the first time you do it as a young player, it is almost disorienting to go from being a popular guy on the team and in the town to suddenly you're invisible.
I mean, think about it. He was the talk of the town. Then he got injured, and he said it was crickets. Nobody talked to him. And he relied that his close-knit friends and his family had to be the group that he was going to depend upon.
Rasheen Ali comes into the backfield on 3rd down and 2. Toss to Ali, left side, and he gets the 1st down with a second effort.
Ooh,
or
close.
did he?
That's close.
All right, so we should get the look. Now they're going to say he had. I thought we might get the first look at the Sony Hawkeye because they are no longer measuring for 1st downs. It is all done digitally now. But they called that by the naked eye. The chains move as Todd Monken sees his offense start to get a little bit of traction. Todd Monken has so many weapons to work with this year. It will be so much fun to see how he uses all of the talent that is on this offense.
Yeah, how do you distribute the football to so many great players?
Cooper Rush will throw, quick release, complete to the near sideline, and that's Tylan Wallace, who is shouldered out of bounds after a 9-yard gain by Jonathan Edwards.
Yeah, Tylan Wallace last year just made big play after big play on special teams and receiving and got rewarded with a nice contract.
First time in Cooper Rush's career he is playing on a team outside of the NFC East. Most of his career in Dallas, had a year with practice squad with the Giants, but now it's to the AFC. Here's Keaton Mitchell on 2nd down, bounces to the outside. There's the burst. He's to the 40, 35, and he's tracked down from behind all the way down to the Indianapolis 28-yard line.
The outside stretch to the right side. He did a great job of dipping inside and then hitting him back out. He slowed down that outside backer, if you see that, and he went right outside. And he's using that speed. He told us this week that he feels that he is back.
A 23-yard gain for Keaton Mitchell. And the Ravens have it at the Indy 29. Mitchell remains in the backfield. Off the play fake, Cooper Rush delivers to Charlie Kolar with a completion, and Kolar tumbles down at the 22-yard line.
I like Charlie Kolar because he's that old school wide that he blocks. He'll come out on those little boot plays like this. He's just one of those gritty, tough football players that you love to have on your football team.
Todd Monken told us how much respect he has for Kolar. He came out of college as a receiving tight end and learned how to be a blocker, a good blocker at this level, which is not easy to do. On 2nd down, they give it to Mitchell. Right side, another hole. He's to the 10. Mitchell to the 5. Touchdown, Ravens! Keaton Mitchell is back, and the Ravens are in front.
And the one thing that we did see 2 years ago, he was hard to bring down in the open field, and he feels that he has that same explosion, that same power, and he said he added about 5 pounds of muscle, and if that's the case, it's going to be really hard to tackle this guy in the open field.
Was that for back-to-back runs, a 23-yard run and then a 22-yard touchdown run? It's one thing to tell everybody you're back. It's a far different thing to show everybody you're back.
And I think that's even proven to yourself. Like he said it in his head, yes, I am back. But going out there and getting some hits and making those big plays in his first drive in a year and a half.
Here's 6th round draft pick Tyler Loop with the extra point attempt, and Loop is right through the uprights and good. 8:10 to play in the opening quarter. The Ravens have their first lead of the game with Keaton Mitchell taking a hole and then take it over as the Ravens lead at 7-3 on the Ravens Game Day Network. M&T Bank Stadium, the setting for the preseason opener, and the Ravens, after a first drive interception, put things together with Keaton Mitchell. 22-yard touchdown run, and Keaton Mitchell, Rod, showing what we saw his rookie year, just burst.
Finding that open hole, getting vertical, and the one thing a year and a half ago that we kept saying, it is hard to tackle this guy in open field by yourself. And he showed that in that first drive, this second drive here.
5 carries, 53 yards. You average 10 yards a carry. That's a nice compliment to Derrick Henry.
Yeah, you think?
Todd Monken has a smorgasbord of opportunities and options when it comes to putting together his game plans this year. So Tyler Loop now will have his first kickoff, and while he has a booming leg, he's going to have to learn how to soften the kick so he doesn't put the ball into the end zone for a touchback. And he has not learned the lesson yet, as that one will be set at the 35-yard line.
He took a step and a half, looked like he barely touched the ball, and the ball went floating into the end zone.
He has a huge leg. We've seen it in training camp. We've seen it in the joint practices. He hit a 63-yarder in training camp the other week that hit the net, which means it would have been easily good from 70 yards.
When is the last time a kicker had 33?
Probably the 50s. When nobody was paying attention to numbers? That's a great question.
I saw it in practice. I was like, 33. What? Wow.
If you took a couple years off as an NFL fan and came back, you're wondering how is it defensive ends have single digits, linebackers have zeros, and kickers have 33s? Have you heard about Bitcoin yet? It's an upside down world. On first down, the Colts will go to the ground game, and the Ravens will have none of it.
Listen, the #1 rush defense in the National Football League last year, they take pride in stopping the run. They were 31st in pass defense, but that's because they were winning so many football games. Teams had to throw the ball against them.
2nd down and 10 coming up after DJ Giddens, a rookie 5th-round pick out of Kansas State for the Colts, was stopped for no gain. Well, Anthony Richardson, a former Colt 1st-round draft pick, getting the start. Led the Colts to a field goal drive in the opening touch. And he's under pressure. Oh. Buried by David Ojabo back at the 26-yard line. Roddy came clean off the edge, and Anthony Richardson is heading to the sideline. He's in pain.
Oh, he is right there. He's coming off that edge, and he is going to come unblocked. Oh, only thing I would love to see, him swipe at the ball as he's making the tackle to try to get that strip sack fumble.
So Anthony Richardson trots immediately to the sideline, holding his right arm gingerly by his side, and now Daniel Jones will come in far ahead of schedule as the Colts are looking at a 3rd and 18. They'll go to the inside handoff. Giddens will work his way across the 30, far shy of the first down, and Indy will punt the ball for the first time tonight. Well, David Ojabo was one of the guys on the edge we did not talk about in the pregame because he has not yet arrived on the landscape. But you make a couple of hits like that and you'll have everybody talking about you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and I said it in the pregame that he needs a big preseason to get that confidence that I can play in the National Football League.
Had a knee injury coming out of college, then an Achilles injury, has not had great health, but he looked healthy there. Rigoberto Sanchez will punt it, and that's the rookie. LeJonte Wester bounces off the crowd, tries to pick his way through the crowd, still on his feet. And he finds some room to run down the far sideline. LaJohntay Wester, a 6th-round draft pick. And he's all kind of pumped up. David Ojabo lights up the crowd as the Ravens have the ball when we get back, leading at 7-3 on the Ravens Game Day Network. Southwest Airlines captain of the game. You could win tickets to a 2025 Ravens home game, custom jersey, Southwest Airlines Rapid Rewards bonus points, and much, much more. 7-3, Ravens lead it. First quarter, 6:01 to play. LaJohntay Wester with a 17-yard punt return on his first touch in special teams. Nice start for the 6th-round draft pick, and he is our player profile, brought to you by Autumn Lake Healthcare. Cooper Rush continuing at quarterback off the play fake on first down. His screen pass is broken up, intended for Rasheen Ali.
Yeah, Rasheen Ali just took his eyes off the ball. Got to make sure he catches it first before he takes off. The blocks were there.
Those are those little, screen plays, traps, the timing plays that you really need preseason and training camp to get down, because it's 11 men and you've got to be on the same page or you see what happens. It's 2nd and 10. Cooper Rush bunching 3 receivers to the left. He'll hand it off to Ali, and he is taken down for a loss. As Colts defensive end JT Tuimoloau gets the penetration, and the Ravens facing a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and JT is a really good player coming out of college. One of those guys can be disruptive.
Indy's 2nd-round draft pick this year. Colts with 2 deep safety coverage, and Cooper Rush looking at a 3rd down and 11. Pocket collapsing, and Cooper Rush is taken to the turf all the way back at the 35-yard line. And that time it was Adetomiwa Adebawore, as Indianapolis now officially leads the NFL in impossible names to say.
Yeah, Rosengarten just got his outside hand chopped down, and once you get your outside hand chopped down, them coming up, and when the defensive end gets past your hip, it's hard to recover.
Jordan Stout hits a booming punt, hangs in the autumn air, fielded at the 15, and a nice return by Anthony Gould, breaks a tackle and gets it all the way out to the 36-yard line. Indy ball when we get back. Ravens in front 7-3, first quarter on the Ravens Game Day Network. Nationwide Volunteer Day to transform and beautify the Green Street Academy in Baltimore City. Players painted, built new bikes for the kids. Just a great day all around out in Baltimore for the Ravens players and the entire organization. This is just not a locker room effort. This is an entire Ravens organization putting a positive imprint on the city of Baltimore. Right now the Ravens on the positive side of the score, leading Indy 7-3 in the opening quarter. And it will continue to be Daniel Jones at quarterback after Anthony Richardson was rocked on a sack by David Ojabo. Richardson was scheduled to play the first quarter and a half, but after that hit, his night officially done now, and it will be Daniel Jones likely throughout the rest of the first half. Daniel Jones, the former New York Giants starter, has DJ Giddens in the backfield. Jones to throw. Fires a strike to the rookie tight end, Tyler Warren, and Warren is wrestled out of bounds after he picks up a first down. Rod, we were talking about Tyler Warren in the joint practice. He's a kid you followed closely in the Big Ten.
Big Ten kid, tight end from Penn State. He's a true playmaker. And, you look at the trend in the National Football League, finding those type of tight ends in the draft and getting them on your roster is a critical piece of the puzzle. And
for the young Ravens safeties and secondary players, it's good to have future stars that you have to cover right out of the gate. 1st and 10. Jones off the play fake, almost intercepted. Nice break on the ball. but unable to secure it was 6th-round draft pick Bilal Kone.
Yeah, Kone just needs to put his foot in the ground and come on downhill. Yeah, he had a great opportunity. Obviously, he saw the receiver sitting in front of him. You don't get those opportunities too often in the National Football League where the ball comes your way.
2nd and 10 for Daniel Jones of the Colts. Inside handoff. And that time the Ravens defense stout after a short gain for DJ Giddens. Brent Urban up front.
And I want to see, since Michael Pierce retired, I want to see, because he was one of those run stoppers in the middle of the field for the Ravens, like who's going to take that spot? Who's going to be that guy for the Ravens this year that's going to be that run stopper consistently throughout the year?
They brought in the veteran free agent John Jenkins, who I doubt we'll see tonight, former Raider, to be a space eater. But you're right, that's a huge role to fill, both physically and metaphorically. 3rd down and 7 for the Colts. Daniel Jones, pocket collapsing, and Jones is sacked back at the 38-yard line.
Green, was it Green?
Adisa Isaac and Mike Green meeting at the intersection of Daniel and Jones.
I mean, they came off the edges, opposite sides, and Green got there first, but Isaac got him down, and that's a good blend when you can get your young players to go out there and get after the quarterback and make them uncomfortable.
And that is the 2nd sack for Science from Constellation, as Rigoberto Sanchez will punt to Ravens rookie LeJonte Wester. Wester had a 17-yard return on his first try. Fields this one cleanly. And again he's got an alley. Wester at the 30. 2 men to beat. Wester could be gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Midfield and rolling. And the rookie 6th-round draft pick will take it to the house. LeJonte Wester, 87 yards. And he delights this Ravens crowd in the preseason opener.
Hey, I think we found a punt returner for the Ravens. Great vision by him. And that's what makes, obviously making being elusive, but finding that open lane is what makes it a great returner in the National Football League.
He's a player who is catching our eye throughout training camp with his play at receiver. He's a terrific little slot receiver. You don't see a lot of full contact punt return practice in training camp, so you weren't really sure what he was going to do. But now we've got a pretty good feel that you can check the box. As Rod said, the Ravens have a new punt returner. Tyler Loop with his 2nd extra point attempt. And Tyler Loop is good. Let's take another look at LeJonte Wester's 87-yard punt return. Rod, take us through.
Watch his vision go back to the left side right there. Then he cuts all the way back across the field to Green to find that open field. And once he gets that last guy, once you get past the punter, that's a touchdown.
TJ Tampa with the last block on the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez.
But it's the vision to get back to the backside of that punt return, because he was going left. And then he looked up and he saw nobody to the right side. That's what makes great punt returners in the National Football League, the Devin Hesters of the world.
And he showed great vertical speed. We've seen his quickness throughout training camp, but that time, that's straight running. That's a 4.40 sprinter there, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, that was every bit of 4.4, 4.3.
Last year, the punt return coverage was the issue. The Ravens gave up a pair of punt returns last year. This year, they might feel like they can swing the table in the other direction with LeJonte Wester. We're showing Wester on the Ravens vision boards at both ends of the stadium.
He's getting everybody geeked.
There's a young man who's enjoying the start of his career. Tyler Loop gets the job done, dropping the ball down inside the 10. And the return by Tyler, check that, DJ Giddens, will end at the 30-yard line. One last look, Rod.
To make the splash of a team that has Super Bowl contentions and aspirations, you have to make plays like this in the postseason, or in the preseason, to make the roster. And this is what he's doing. He's 2 electric plays already in this punt return for a touchdown after a 2nd touch. in the National Football League.
First quarter of tonight's broadcast brought to you by the Maryland Problem Gambling Helpline. 1st and 10, Indy. Ball just shy of the 30. Daniel Jones throws a strike to Tyler Warren, and Warren is out across midfield as the rookie from Penn State will move the chains into Ravens territory at the start of the Indianapolis drive.
Yeah, Penn State versus Cal Buchanan, and Buchanan just got his eyes stuck in the backfield a little bit too long and stepped up a little bit too quick.
Colts will go quick up-tempo, no huddle on offense. Jones swings it out of the backfield, incomplete.
I mean, Jones has been playing 6 years in the National Football League, and sometimes as a player, you got to hit the reset button. And maybe for him, coming to the Colts is that reset button. And I'm thinking that's what the Colts are hoping, that they find that lightning in a bottle like Sam Darnold did when he went to Minnesota.
Had some injury issues in New York. Had some pressure issues. That is a tough spot to break in as a rookie quarterback. Now it's take 2 for Jones in Indy. His pass is complete at the Ravens 40-yard line. Coming down with a grab is Ashton Doolin, a 7th-year receiver for the Colts. He'll get about 7 on the play. We'll mark it as an 8-yard pickup. Indy going up tempo, a 3rd down and 2 in the final minute and a half of the opening quarter. And a second effort by DJ Giddens will move the chain for the Colts.
And the one thing that makes it hard when an offense goes no huddle, especially in the preseason, you don't have, and they have a 13-play drive. You don't have those long drives in practices normally. And this is going to be the first time that they're going to get tested when you're tired, and can you still think about what your responsibilities are in each defense that's going to be called. 2
young inside linebackers, Trenton Simpson, Teddy Buchanan for the Ravens. Daniel Jones with plenty of time. He's got a strike, and he's got a completion down to the 15-yard line as Mitchell comes up with a reception for Indy, and now the Ravens defense is backed up.
Yeah, I mean, what you want to see from the inside linebackers, they stopped their feet when they saw the pass play, but they still got to get the depth to help that safety out.
Colts in the Old Bay red zone for the first time tonight. Pass incomplete as Daniel Jones was looking for Anthony Gould, and Sanusi Kane had the coverage. Sanusi Kane, now a 2nd-year player out of Purdue. First Purdue player, Purdue player ever drafted by the Ravens.
Hammer-ups.
And he's got a chance to step into a significant role. With Ardarius Washington out for the season with an injury, the Ravens now need that 3rd safety because Zach Orr likes the 3 safety configurations. I know the first 2 are Kyle Hamilton and Malachi Starks. Sanusi Kane trying to fill that role as the 3rd safety. On 2nd down, Daniel Jones lofts for the end zone. It sails incomplete.
Great job by Tampa. He was a double move. He didn't bite. He stayed on top of the receiver. Quarterback Daniel Jones had to throw the ball away.
4th-round pick a year ago out of Iowa State. What's the biggest difference for a young player as he moves from year 1 to year 2? What do you know in year 2 that you just don't know as a rookie?
That I belong. The game is a little faster, but I do belong. Then you start understanding where you belong inside of each defense.
It is 3rd and 10, and Daniel Jones awaits the snap of the shotgun. Ravens with a 4-man front. Jones to throw. Fires to the end zone, incomplete. Contact, but no flag. But a Ravens shaken up at the end of that play. Bilal Kone, the 6th-round draft pick, reaching for his left leg as the training staff comes on. Doctors Leanne Curl and Andy Tucker and the medical team out to take a look at Bilal Kone, one of the Ravens' 5 6th-round draft picks. Couldn't see if he got tangled up. We'll step aside and let the medical team take a closer look at the injured Ravens rookie Bilal Kone. .12 seconds remaining in the opening quarter, with the Ravens in front of the Colts, 14-3 of the Ravens Game Day Network. The injury card for Bilal Kone. He got tangled up at the end of that last play and immediately needed medical assistance. A heartbreaking moment for a rookie who's had a solid start in training camp. And now you have to hope that it isn't as serious as the scene would lead you to believe, but you can feel the broken heart of this young man.
Yeah, I mean, they brought out the air brace, and that's something you don't want to see.
So Indy's drive will come to an end. They'll bring on the kicking team as Spencer Schrader, who hit a 53-yard attempt, will try now from 33 yards. Schrader's 33-yard kick is up, and it is good. 9 seconds left in the opening quarter. And John Harbaugh sees his Ravens in front, 14-6. Well, as we start to look a little farther into the future, to the month of September, here's how the Ravens' early season schedule will shape up right out of the gate. A quarterback matchup that will have everybody's attention. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, September 7th in Buffalo. The home opener for the Ravens against the Cleveland Browns. Rod, what's your guess for the Browns starting quarterback in week 2?
Can we flip a coin on that one? I'm going to say it's going to be Joe Flacco.
Me too.
Joe Flacco, he can't run like he used to, but he still can throw the football.
And then it's prime time Monday, September 22nd at home against Dan Campbell and the Lions. That early schedule quite demanding for the Ravens, to say the very least, because after the Lions it's the Chiefs. So you've got 3 terrific opponents and a division opponent in the first 4 games.
Which is always tough. Cleveland always plays them well.
Here's Keaton Mitchell from inside the 5. Looking for an alley, sidesteps 1 tackle. And is ushered out of bounds at the 25. So we've seen some flash now from the young returners. Keaton Mitchell in the kick return game, LeJonte Wester in the punt return game. And the Ravens will start the final drive of the first quarter with 1 second left in the opening frame.
Yeah, and that's something last year. Last year in the kick return game, they were 20th in the National Football League. In a punt return, they were 16th in the National Football League. So that's an improvement they definitely can make this year.
Devin Leary now comes in at quarterback, so it will be Leary's game the rest of the way as Keaton Mitchell bursts through the line and picks up 9 yards to close out the opening quarter. One quarter done. It's the Ravens in front, 14-6 on the Ravens Game Day Network. But the stars are out at M&T Bank Stadium. Lamar Jackson, Kyle Hamilton, Derrick Henry, all taking in a look at the next generation of Raven stars. Rob, we've loved what we've seen from Keaton Mitchell so far.
Listen, a year and a half ago, if Keaton Mitchell doesn't get hurt, I think they go to the Super Bowl because he was so explosive. And he said it in our meeting this week, is that he feels that he's back, and he has proven that so far in this game.
Keaton Mitchell, 6 carries, 62 yards. His long run so far, a 22-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. That game summary brought to you by Shepherd Pratt. Ravens start the quarter. 2nd and 1. Here's Keaton Mitchell.
Nice move.
Spins out of a tackle and picks up the first down.
Nice jump cut, then the spin when the contact was made. And that's what we said the first year that he was there, is that it's hard to bring this guy down on the first hit. He's slippery. He is a lot stronger than he looks.
Cooper Rush went most of the way at quarterback in the first quarter. Finished 2 of 4, 16 yards, 1 interception. It's been the ground game and the special teams that have lit up the crowd here so far in the preseason opener. Devin Leary at quarterback now for the Ravens. Off the play fake. Leary with good protection near side, and it's broken up, but a flag is down. It was intended for Dayton Wade. Samuel Womack had the coverage.
Yeah, Leary has to get that ball to the sideline so the defender doesn't have an opportunity to get back to the ball.
Leary, a 6th-round pick a year ago, spent last year on the Ravens practice squad.
Pass interference. Defense number 33. The ball we place at the spot of the foul, automatic foul.
They grabbed him at the top of the route. And anytime you put your hand out there and you grab that outside shoulder pad, the ref is is going to definitely throw that flag.
Dayton Wade's had 2 targets in this game and 2 interference calls, 1 against him, 1 for him. First and 10 Ravens at the Indy 45. It's Rasheen Ali alone in the backfield. Ali will get the carry, steps out of 1 tackle, works his way inside the 40. And is down to the Indianapolis 36. Nice piece of running for a gain of about 7.
And I like Ali putting his foot in the ground, getting vertical against the defense. Don't want to always run east and west. Sometimes you have to put your foot in the ground and get up the field.
Ali, a 5th round pick out of Marshall last year, native of Cleveland. He likely grew up a Browns fan, finds himself in the AFC North against the Browns. It's Keaton Mitchell returning to the backfield. And Mitchell will carry. Bounces off a big hit and still picks up about 2 yards. It'll set up a 3rd down and 1.
Outside zone run. Keaton Mitchell being patient. It's a nice tackle in the middle of the field.
And you can see from the wide shot of the field, the chain gangs are still present on both sidelines, but first downs are now measured using the new Sony Hawkeye technology.
I just want to see it.
Saw it in the Hall of Fame game. It's like watching a video game. It's just classic virtual reality. Here's Rasheen Ali, stuffed right at the line. I believe he's going to be short.
Yeah, he's going to be short, half a yard.
But let's measure using the Hawkeye technology so Rod can see it, shall we? If only you had that kind of clout. They're not doing it. Come on, Rod's a Hall of Famer. Give the man what he wants. It's a home game. John Harbaugh will give the crowd what it wants. He'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go.
It's Rasheen Ali in the backfield. Devin Leary under center. This might be the tush push. It is. And that will get the Ravens the 1st down. The tush push was hotly debated at the owners' meetings this year in the offseason. And there were proponents for and against. Apparently it was very, very hotly debated, but it lives. And we'll see a lot of it this year. The Ravens were in favor of keeping it.
I mean, back in the day, you couldn't help runners with the football in any capacity by pulling or pushing. And now you can.
Back in the day, you also could not leap over a defender.
Yeah, that's way back in the day.
Back in the day, they didn't have face masks.
Leather helmets.
On 1st down, Ali cuts back, but he won't get far. Only a yard on the play.
Did they have mouthpiece back in the day?
I doubt it. I'm not sure they had plastic. Way back in the day.
Yeah.
Look, my dad was a rookie in the NFL in 1950 with the Cleveland Browns. They did not have face masks that year. The 2nd year they had plastic face masks.
So were the helmets plastic or leather?
The helmets, I think they were leather, but a plastic shell on them. And they're nothing like what they look like today. And it wasn't until like the mid-50s that full face masks came into play. On 2nd down, Leary to throw. Far sideline, it is caught, but ruled interference on Indianapolis. It's Tez Walker coming up with a grab. The gain will stand regardless of his feet were inbound or not because of the interference call. But what concentration.
That was great concentration. Underthrown ball, back shoulder.
Pass interference. Defense, number 30-35. The ball be placed at spot of the foul, automatic 1st down.
And that puts the Ravens in the red zone, the Old Bay red zone. Tez Walker was not in bounds. I didn't think his feet were in bounds, but the play stands because of the pass interference.
Great concentration, though.
4th round pick out of North Carolina a year ago. Power I formation. Keaton Mitchell sweeping to the right, steps out of 1 arm tackle and fights his way forward for maybe a half a yard. Joe Bocci on the stop for the Colts. Good ball security by Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah. Definitely trying to get us stripped out.
Rasheen Ali will check into the backfield. 2nd down and 10 coming up. This drive for the Ravens on the 9th play. They've had it for a little more than 4 minutes. Keith Kirkwood in motion. Leary with time. Back end zone. Overthrew Tez Walker, who was open in the back of the end zone, but Leary had too much air under the ball. Tez Walker's had a lot of positives said about him in training camp. He's a long receiver, good speed. Has shown on this drive great hands.
They said he's been flashing in training camp, and I mean that's what you want from all your players. You want to see them flash, and you want, when it comes down to how you're going to reduce the roster, you want those tough decisions.
3rd down and 10. Leary in the shotgun will spread out 4 receivers. Indy rushes 4. Leary tries to escape. He throws, intercepted, picked off at the 10-yard line. Devin Leary with a costly red zone interception, and the veteran Joe Bocci comes up with a pick. 6th-year veteran for the Colts ends the Ravens' drive in the red zone.
Yeah, you just can't throw the ball late over the middle.
Indy ball when we get back. 10:09 to play in the half. 14-6 Ravens on the Ravens Game Day Network. A Devin Leary red zone interception gives Indianapolis the ball with 10:09 to play in the opening half. Ravens in front. 14-6. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, now in his 8th NFL season, but only 28 years old. We'll be hearing from Lamar when he checks in with us down from the sideline. He'll be talking with Evan Washburn here in just a minute or two. He's had another solid camp. Rob, when you're at this level that Lamar Jackson is playing at, you're not going to do anything in training camp that wows anybody. His level of success is January, February. Everything that can be done in the regular season, he's done.
Listen, a guy who threw 41 touchdowns last year, 4 interceptions, 2 MVPs, should have had his 3rd this past year. He's going to be graded and talked about once the postseason comes, because he's going to play extremely well like he always does in the regular season. And once they get to the postseason, he's the only quarterback that has multiple MVPs without a Super Bowl trophy.
And he has every other box checked on the resume. So Daniel Jones continues at quarterback for Indianapolis. On 1st down, Jones off the play fake. Throws complete to his tight end out to the 16-yard line. And that's Andrew Ogletree with the reception. Adisa Isaac took the fake. Had he not taken the pitch fake, he would have had a clean shot at Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I don't think his job is to take the dive.
Bo Braid on that last play with the tackle, the former Terp, also in the fight for that 3rd safety position. Tyler Goodson with the carry, and he'll be stopped right at the 1st down marker. Let's see where they spot it. I'm going to say it's 3rd down and inches for Indy.
Yeah, and in this first preseason game, you always see the wear and tear after the first quarter, because everybody in the first quarter comes out all energetic. And as the game gets going, their body starts getting tired, and the guy who is in best shape, they're going to play the best football down the stretch.
On 3rd down and 1, Tyler Goodson picks up the 1st down. We'll head down to the sidelines. Evan Washburn standing by with Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson.
Lamar, great to see you. Thanks for taking some time. Fireworks early in this game. What do you think of some of your teammates on the offensive side of the ball, Keaton and LeJohntay?
Man, them guys looking awesome. I've been seeing it in practice. Earlier this week, we were joint practicing with those guys. They did pretty good on defense with the Colts. But I feel like our guys coming out flying, man. They're doing the right things.
You mentioned the joint practices. That was your game day. What
Yeah.
did you take away from that experience personally, and as that first-team offense got some real work in?
Yeah, I believe we did pretty good. You know, we're not showing everything, you know, because we don't know if we might see those guys in the long run. But we got a pretty good work. We got pretty good work, and we look good to me.
Year 3 with Todd Monken. What was the offseason like when you guys were talking about building another version of this offense? What were some of the things that you guys leaned on and focused in on?
Man, every aspect of the game. You know, we try to clean up everything, like the turnovers. You know, what happened in the playoffs and stuff like that. Just being on the same page throughout games and this whole season. That's all.
How about for you personally? I thought it was great that you made the point. You're just getting started. Maybe year 8, but you're just 28.
Yeah.
Where would you say you are in the spectrum of your career, both physically, emotionally, mentally, all of it?
Right where I need to be. Right where I need to be. That's all.
So if you're just getting started, what do you have in store this season, leading this offense, but this team too?
I'm just say put your Ray-Bans on. Put your Ray-Bans on, man. It's gonna be go time. Starting week 1.
Lamar, we always appreciate the time, man. Great to see you. Looking good as always, and preseason ice is on point.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me always.
The always elusive Lamar Jackson. Whether you're trying to tackle him or interview him, it's impossible to pin him down.
Evan, you need to put that chain on.
On 3rd down, Daniel Jones, after a pair of incompletions, slings it near sideline and is broken up. Jalen Armour-Davis with the break up on a pass intended for Adonai Mitchell. All right, Rod, give me a jewelry estimate. What do you think the retail value of that jewelry is that Lamar is sporting?
Man, I tell you what, I'm not a jury guy, but I'm thinking, no less Dan is, though. What do you think? 150,000?
Our spotter Dan Lundeen has weighed in with an estimate of 150K.
Oh my God, I just got sick of this.
Rigoberto Sanchez will punt. And LeJohntay Wester awaits his 3rd punt return. Flag is down. Wester comes to the near side. And this time he is taken down after about a 5-yard return. Let's get to the bottom of the penalty flag. Preliminary signal holding on the Ravens. If we get a chance to talk to Lamar again, I'd like to know, where do you buy that?
During the kick, holding. Receiving team number 39. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. 1st down, timeout.
Ravens will have the ball when we get back. They lead the Colts 14-6. Just under 8 minutes to play first half on the Ravens Game Day Network. Time for our view from the booth, brought to you by Goal Vision, as we look down on Keaton Mitchell. In the first half, he has enjoyed 9 carries, 68 yards, averaging 7.6 yards a carry. Rod, this kid is back.
He said that he felt like himself, like he did a year and a half ago, and he has shown that so far with his elusiveness, with his burst of speed, getting through the holes, and he's a lot stronger than he looks in making those tackles. It's hard to get him down. We saw that a couple years ago, but man, it has been amazing. And this right here, this group of backs, Derrick Henry, we know what he does. Justice Hill worked his way into getting a really good contract, and Keaton Mitchell's coming back now. Todd Monken, how do you use all those guys?
He said you're only going to get 60 to 70 plays a game. 30 of them are passes, so right. You've got 30, 35 carries. And every time Derrick Henry isn't carrying the ball, there's part of you that's going to flinch. But at 31 years old, Derrick Henry, maybe with a few less carries, goes deeper into the season. Absolutely. All the things Todd Monken has to think through as this season begins to unfold. That's Dearness Johnson, former Jaguar and Brown running back, getting his first carry of the preseason as a Raven.
Yeah, I tell you what, I know Keaton Mitchell's dad, and he has a lot of confidence in Keaton. And I know Keaton now has a lot of confidence in himself. He knows he belongs in the National Football League, and he has shown that he's a big playmaker when having the opportunity.
Anthony Mitchell, an undrafted free agent, part of the Ravens Super Bowl 35 team, a teammate of Rod's that celebrated the Ravens' first ever Super Bowl, as Rasheen Ali will carry to the 17-yard line, setting him a 3rd down. And what are the odds both his father, Anthony Mitchell, and Keaton Mitchell both arrive with the Ravens as undrafted rookie free agents and do big things?
It is. I mean, it's
an amazing family tradition.
It really is. And, you know, you think, you know, Anthony Mitchell and Keaton. Anthony Mitchell was a playmaker, but Keaton Mitchell, man, I think he can be really special in the National Football League.
And flags prior to the snap as the Ravens jump the snap count.
False start. Offense number 81. 5-yard penalty. Foul.
Tez Walker picks up the flag. The Ravens back up 5 with 6:41 to play in the opening half. John Harbaugh focusing very much this camp on improving his special teams. It's always a major focus for the former special teams coordinator, but we've seen great evidence of progress so far tonight in the preseason opener. Now Devin Leary backed up into a 3rd and 10. Slings it near side, broken up. He was looking for Dayton Wade. And the punt team will come on for the 2nd time tonight as Jordan Stout will have to kick the ball away.
Nice breakup and a little quick out route.
Jonathan Edwards, a rookie out of Tulane, who knocked it down. Anthony Gould is deep for Indianapolis. Gould will let that one sail out of bounds into the Colt bench area. This is always one of the more interesting experiences to see how they spot these. They triangulate it and they'll spot the ball at the 45-yard line of the Colts. So great field position for Indy to start the drive.
You want to see every rep that this defense gets, that each player that's out there understands the defense that's being called by Zach Orr, and they go out there and play fast physical football like the Ravens normally do on defense.
There's some young potential impact players on that defense right now. Bo Braid, Sanusi Kane at safety, TJ Tampa, Jalen Armour Davis at corner.
Yeah, you got Teddy Buchanan in the middle.
Trenton Simpson. And Teddy Buchanan making a stop there after a gain of 3 as Indy goes to the run game with DJ Giddens.
From Cal, so we know he's smart enough. Now that he has to go out there and just play football, I think nothing overwhelms you, but he's just one of those guys that just knows how to ball. And those are the type of guys you love having in your football team. A guy named Hardy Nickerson that I played with from Cal way back in the day, who had a long career, knew how to play football.
2nd down and 7. As Daniel Jones continues at quarterback for Indy. Jones under pressure, escaping, extending, and his pass is caught at the 30-yard line. An acrobatic catch by Ashton Doolin after Daniel Jones acquitted himself from a collapsing pocket for a 25-yard gain.
Yeah, Daniel Jones did a great job. And it looked like Armour Davis was trying to figure out who was going to make the play. Was it going to be him? Was it going to be his safety coming in? And neither one made it.
Bo Braid with a shoestring touchdown saving tackle.
Absolutely.
But now Indy threatening 1st and 10 at the Ravens 27. Daniel Jones wanted to throw, but a flag before the play could unfold as Indy is going to be penalized 5.
Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
And as you see two players coming together who neither one of them made the play and they let the receiver catch the football, in our minds we always say, I'm going to make the play.
Let's head down to the sideline where Evan Washburn is standing by with the King, Derrick Henry.
Derek, appreciate the time. Great to see you. Keaton Mitchell has been the star of this first half. What does he bring to this offense now healthy?
He's really been the star at camp. He's got his feet back under him. He's been explosive all camp. He's just showing you what he's been doing all through training camp. So it's no surprise to us. We knew he'll have this type of game today.
Year 2 for you in Baltimore. It almost feels like you've been here for years. What is it about this city, the organization, this team that's allowed you to be so comfortable and effective here?
Yeah, I'm just embracing everything. I want to be a great teammate and be effective in my play and come in and earn the respect of my teammates since I got here. So, yeah, just trying to establish an identity with my style of play to fit in their culture. And, we had a good first year. Looking forward to this year.
the Ravens Productions folks did a great job kind of taking us behind the scenes to your off-season workouts. It showed the amount of work you put in. That's what you're able to do, what you do out here. How do you feel physically going into year 10?
Yeah, I feel great. Try to do the best I can to get my body prepared for another season and take care of my body. So, yeah, I feel good, and, training camp's been going well, and looking forward to the weeks prior leading up to the season.
Lastly for you, when you've accomplished as much as you have, what continues to drive you and get you to do those workouts, those hills, to get you ready for a season?
Yeah, I just love getting better, elevating my game year after year, pushing myself to work the hardest, and I always think that somebody's working harder than me, so I got to do more. So, that's just what I've always done. It's been my mindset, and I love the work, and hopefully it pays off when the season comes.
Yeah, it's been effective. We appreciate the time. Good luck this year, Derek.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Evan. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. When you hear Derrick Henry saying he's afraid somebody's working harder than him, I can't fathom anybody working harder than him. If you've ever seen his offseason workouts, they'll bring you to tears and exhaustion just watching him. It's amazing what he does. It's 3rd down and 5 for Indy. Daniel Jones throws, complete, flag down, in for the touchdown reception is Ashton Doolin.
Pass interference on the offense.
So they will call back the touchdown.
Pass interference, offense number 85. 10-yard penalty. We play 3rd down.
But going back to what Derrick Henry has talked about, you get better in the offseason when you work in the dark. You get bigger, faster, stronger to make yourself better during the season. He's done it every single year of his career.
He does a hill workout where he'll have somebody with resistance bands behind him or have huge weight on his back, and it's like a 45-degree incline, and he's sprinting up the hill. He brings to mind Jerry Rice and Sweetness, Walter Payton, with the off-season workouts that nobody else in the NFL at the time could keep pace with. That's the caliber of work Derrick Henry puts in. On 3rd and long, Daniel Jones going for the end zone, and it sails high and incomplete. Good coverage on the play by Ravens 4th-year corner Jalen Armour-Davis.
Yeah, I think Walter Payton was the first guy I seen do those hard hill workouts in the offseason. Then Jerry started doing them. We did them. Obviously, we never filmed ourselves because we were on the track, on the field, in the swimming pool. But the great players do that on a consistent basis, and the guys who make a big difference in the league normally work night and day to get better.
Spencer Schrader will attempt his 3rd field goal try of the night, this one from 39 yards. Schrader's kick is up, and it is through the uprights and good. And with 2:14 to play in the opening half of the preseason opener, it is the Ravens 14, the Indianapolis Colts 9. Take a look at this Ravens defense. They've stopped Indy's scoring drives, forcing the Colts to kick field goals. What stands out for you, Rod, from this defense?
Getting pressure on the quarterback. I mean, Oweh came in, got a nice sack on Richardson, made Richardson leave the game. Getting pressure on Daniel. I mean, this is just one of those. You think about what the Ravens do consistently well throughout the last 15 years. They've always played really good defense.
Zach Orr, like any coordinator knows, he gets smarter as his pass rush gets better.
Pass rush helps the secondary in coverage every single day.
Take time away from a quarterback, you take options away from an offense. Zach Orr talked in training camp about how much more comfortable he is. You talked about the players making the jump from year 1 to year 2. For a young coordinator, it's night and day.
And he had Dean Peeves to help him out last year, and this year he got Chuck Pagano. He has another guy who's been through the rigors, and that he can be a sounding board for.
And the Ravens kick return. Rasheen Ali has an alley, comes through the 30, 40.
Gone.
Ali in midfield, tripped up by the kicker. Indy 35, and Rasheen Ali will be taken down inside the 25-yard line. Rodney Thomas with a touchdown saving tackle for the Colts. And the Ravens special teams continue to focus on the word special.
Oh, man, that was a good run. He hit that seam going 100 miles an hour. You see him act like he was going across, hits backside right there. Now you just got to outrun the kicker. He gets by the kicker. A really good vision, good burst to get through that hole.
And that's a competition John Harbaugh talks about. We've talked at length about this running back room. Don't overlook Rasheen Ali. He wants to prove he's an impact member of that group as well. Devin Leary delayed handoff. Ernest Johnson taken down after a 3-yard gain, and it brings us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play, opening half. It's the Ravens 14, the Colts 9 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, our departure has been delayed.
Yes.
Are you kidding me, man?
Why are you so happy?
I'm watching the game.
Seriously?
Yeah, with NFL Plus.
Get live, local, and primetime games on mobile with NFL Plus.
Unfortunately, our flight has been delayed another hour.
NFL Plus. Keep the NFL in reach.
Just under 2 minutes to play here in the opening half of the preseason opener, with the Ravens in front 14-9. Defense holding the Colts to 3 field goal tries. And now the Ravens offense trying to see if the offense can get the ball in the end zone to close out this half after a huge half, Rod, by the Ravens special teams.
Special teams have been special. I mean, you got guys getting touchdowns, big plays. Ali gets a long return. If you can be good in special teams and your offense and defense be solid, you can do a lot of good things for this matchup.
Ernest Johnson with a hole, and he barrels down to the 15-yard line. He'll set up a 3rd down and 1. Colts are going to take a timeout. Shane Steichen stopping the clock with 1:51 as the Ravens work their way through the Old Bay red zone. They got down to the Old Bay red zone with Devin Leary earlier in the half, and then he threw an interception, which is not what a young quarterback is trying to put his body of work together. Last year in the 3rd preseason game, Leary had a pair of interceptions.
You have to, if you're holding the ball and you see the receiver late, the defense normally sees the receiver at the same time.
On 3rd and 1, Ernest Johnson, nice little hesitation move. He'll pick up the 1st down. And Indy will use its 2nd timeout with 1:46 left in the half. Well, we talked about the special teams play. LeJonte Wester's 87-yard punt return for a touchdown here in the first half. Our speed play of the game brought to you by Zips Cleaners. Shane Steichen hoping to conserve some clock so he can get the ball back to Daniel Jones to close out the half as the Ravens offense tries to close out this drive. Set up by the Rasheen Ali kick return, and Ali is in the backfield. He'll get the carry, patient to the line, sidesteps one tackler, backs his way down to the 10-yard line, but penalty flags follow him to the turf.
That came a little late on the front side of the run.
Holding, offense number 76, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
That's Darian Dalcourt, the Ravens' young offensive lineman. As an offensive lineman, if the official calls your number, that's about the only time you're going to get a spotlight, and that's the last thing you want.
Yeah, that is not what you want.
Typically, great play by offensive linemen is something that is discovered in the film room on Monday by the coaches.
Yeah, I mean, he jump cut. I don't think the interior off defensive lineman would have made that play, but he doesn't know that. He's trying to make that block. Devin
Leary will hand it to Rasheen Ali. Steps out of one tackle. Ali to the 10, to the 5, and he's down to the 3-yard line. Rasheen Ali making a statement that if you're going to talk about the running backs room, you better talk about him too.
A really good burst to get that. It's an inside zone run, but he sees the hole open up outside, and he just puts his foot in the ground to get outside.
19-yard run for Rasheen Ali, and now the Ravens will have it 1st and goal from the 2.
Ali is making his name known also tonight.
Last year he had 10 carries for 31 yards. Tonight he's topped those figures. High snap pulled down by Leary. Ali change of direction and he is in. Touchdown Ravens. Well, Rasheen Ali started it with a kick return. He ends it with the touchdown run.
Really good vision. It was an inside zone run. He jump cut inside. The outside defender jumps inside. It's an easy touchdown for him to get outside.
All of the Ravens' points coming from their young players. Keaton Mitchell, LeJontay Wester, Rasheen Ali, and now Tyler Loop will make his third extra point attempt. It's what you want to see from the young core of your players when given the opportunity. Loop's extra point try is good. Well, that was the Rasheen Ali highlight film that whole drive.
Yeah, just very patient inside, set up his outside blocks. And then the touchdown run, you just see him in inside zone run, just jumps cut to the outside and overpowers the defender to get into the end zone.
Are those skills that coaches can teach a player? That the skill here to me is peripheral vision, where okay, it's obvious what's in front of him is closed, but you've got to make a split-second decision whether you're going to bounce it left or right, and that's not a luck thing. He clearly knew what he was doing.
You know, the really good runners that come through the National Football Leagues have that vision where they can see where the hole can open up. It's not always where it's designed for us. Like it might be the 2 gap to the front side. It might be the the backside 5 gap, right? So you just never know at times, and the really good runners can see those gaps and get to them.
Loop's kick returned across the 20 to the 30, and Tyler Loop making the tackle at the end of that return by Anthony Gould. Tyler Loop,
and you can hear the name. You can hear Loop. So that's going to be the new thing coming out here. Kind of like it.
We knew he could kick.
Well, he has 33, so he has to be able to tackle. Or 33, is that an offensive number normally?
33, I would typically think running back. Tony Dorsett comes to mind for 33. For every number, if you go through every number, as a football fan, you'll be one player you immediately associate with that number.
Absolutely.
Colts will go to the ground game. Tyler Goodson gets the carry.
This is good work for the defense to get into a 2-minute drill against an opponent in a game situation. It's good teaching tape for Zach Orr.
This is kicking coach Randy Brown teaching Tyler Loop. Don't get into the body, just push him out of bounds. Daniel Jones pass complete into Ravens territory. Ashton Doolin giving the Colts a shot at putting up more points in the final minute of the opening half. They practice everything at Ravens training camp, and Randy Brown is not going to give up on Tyler Loop. Just push him. Use his momentum. Don't get into body tackle. That's how you get hurt. Long snapper Nick Moore having some fun with the rookie kicker as well. Daniel Jones with time in a pocket. He throws incomplete. Broken up by Bo Braid. The former Terp making a nice play on the ball. Stops the clock with 43 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, I mean, and if Daniel Jones would have threw that ball outside, Bo Braid was in a great spot to get interception.
You know, we were having fun with Tyler Loop on that tackle, but realistically, with the new kickoff format that the NFL has used these last 2 seasons, kickers have to be aware that they could very well, as you saw in that play, become part of preventing a kick return. It's very different from the old days when 11 guys lined up at the 35-yard line.
Oh, absolutely.
Indy with a 2nd down and 10, 45 seconds left in the half. Ravens up 21-9. Daniel Jones pass is caught. And a good tackle made by Jalen Armour Davis.
Yeah, Jalen Armour Davis is trying to keep everything in front of him.
3rd down and 2 for the Colts. 27 seconds left in the half. Daniel Jones pass sails high and incomplete. PJ Tampa had the coverage. The target was Ashton Doolin.
And you can see every player on offense and every player on defense going kind of in slow motion because this is the first time they've played a lot of football at full speed. They're fatigued.
The Colts will have a 4th field goal try for Spencer Schrader. He hit from 53 to start this game, and this will be 52. Spencer Schrader from 52. Plenty of leg. Off the upright and no good. So Zach Orr's young defense gets the stop in the final minute of the opening half. And just a reminder, on that missed field goal, it means you get a free 6-piece McNuggets with a minimum $1 purchase on the McDonald's app tomorrow at participating restaurants. And hey, in the second half, if there is another miss, you're upgraded to a free 10-piece McNuggets with a minimum $1 purchase. Available tomorrow at participating McDonald's, only on the McDonald's app.
Can you buy some for $1 at McDonald's? Is there something that's for $1? Ice cream? Drink?
I'm going to say yes. Judging from what I just read.
Apple pie?
I'm going to avoid mansplaining this because I don't really know. 15 seconds left. Devin Leary under pressure, hit, ball comes loose. That is ruled a fumble. And the Ravens recover it at the 37-yard line. Great hustle by Big Ben Cleveland. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as time expires. Rod, the Ravens head to the halftime with a 21-9 lead. What's your takeaway from half number 1 of preseason game number 1?
The individuals we've seen who want to have a really good first half, we've seen that. Keith Mitchell. I think the defense has played extremely well, holding them only to 9 points in the first half. So everybody who's out there, Ali has played extremely well so far in the first half. All those individuals who need that opportunity are taking advantage of it.
And in the second half, not as sexy as watching quarterbacks and wide receivers and punt returners, but we'll see a lot of the backup offensive linemen start to rotate in, and that's a big focus of this summer as well. David Ajabo with a big quarterback crunching hit as the Ravens head to the locker room at halftime, leading 21-9. LeJontay Wester lighting up the crowd here in the preseason opener on the Ravens Game Day Network. Ravens lead the Colts at the break in the preseason opener, and now as we turn our attention to the second half, Rod, we pretty much saw all the boxes checked for John Harbaugh and his coaching staff in this first half, especially the special teams. Where does the attention fall in the second half? Because look, John Harbaugh is all about improving in every phase of camp, every phase of summer, and that means the second half of this game.
I think the biggest look in the second half is going to be depth. Depth of offensive line. Depth at safety, depth at corner. Like, who's going to be our guys? Who's going to be that third safety? Who's going to be the fourth corner? Who's going to be the guy to step up if anything happens that they can get into the rotation?
In a 17-game season, you're going to need depth. We know the Ravens are stacked across the front in most positions, but you need depth. And here was the shopping list we put forward to you, the preseason shopping list, finding a new kicker. We've only seen field goals today from Tyler Loop, but we have seen him in training camp. He's got the big leg, and we've seen him hit on all 3 of his extra points. Tyler Loop, Rod said he met him today in the elevator, and he thought it was a member of some other player's family. He's so young looking.
He looks like he's 15, but he has a leg like he's 25.
And we have seen that throughout training camp. We'll look for that some more. He's the only kicker in camp, and not only can he kick the ball, but he can sort of tackle.
I know coach don't want him to make the tackle. I like the toughness. Go make the tackle.
I love that Randy Brown, the kicking coach, is showing him just push the ball carrier out of bounds. Keep out of harm's way, because once you find a new kicker, you want to keep that kid around. You want to keep him healthy.
Absolutely.
You want your kicker to be the guy who's available for the next big kick, not the guy who just made the next big tackle. So Tyler Loop will handle the kickoff duties and the kicking duties, of course, for the rest of the night, and we would certainly think for the rest of this season. This kid has stood up to every challenge so far, including learning how to pooch it, which he does there, and avoids the touchback. As Indy will return it.
Get outside.
And a flag is down. Khalil Herbert had the return.
During the return, holding, 53, receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Let's head down to the field and check in with Evan Washburn.
Fun conversation with John Harbaugh at half about the style of play we've seen through the first 2 quarters of this game. He actually, maybe he was listening to the broadcast because he referred to it as a leather helmet type of game when you look at the run pass disparity in terms of yardage. Asked him specifically about LeJohntay Wester performance in that first half, not just the punt return touchdown, but just he really appreciated the confidence in which he attacked the ball and made plays. So a number of bright spots here and maybe some passes in the second half.
As the Colts will start the second half on the ground. Khalil Herbert with the carry for a couple. Ravens only had a handful of passing yards in the first half. A net of 3 passing yards in the first half. Riley Leonard now in a quarterback for Indianapolis, the rookie 6th-round draft pick out of Notre Dame for the Colts. Ravens with a 4-man rush. Leonard's pass is broken up. Terrific break on the ball by rookie free agent Keon Martin out of Louisiana. He's a guy who has a football pedigree. His father Manny played defensive back for the Houston Oilers and the Buffalo Bills. Dad now the head football coach at Dillard High School in South Florida.
Yeah, it was a nice break on the ball. If he just turns his head, he got a great opportunity to get an interception.
Puts the Colts into a 3rd down and 7 on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Riley Leonard under pressure escapes, trying to run, and he will extend for the first down as he lunges across the 30-yard line before Bo Braid can bring him to the turf, but the Colts offense will stay on the field.
Really good job by Leonard extending the play. No one's open and tucking that ball and getting the first down for the Colts.
Riley Leonard kept it on the read option, but Mike Green forced him to go in the other direction. You talk about regretting a decision. As he pulled the ball on the fake handoff and looked and saw Mike Green crashing down, he knew he made the wrong choice.
Well, he put his foot in the ground and went the other way and still got 4 yards.
Green is a young guy who has stepped up to expectations so far as a 2nd-round draft pick. Ravens have big hopes for his future. Riley Leonard off the play fake. He's got his tight end, and that's good for a first down out to midfield. Let's talk about Mike Green, 22-year-old from Williamsburg. Led the NCAA with 17 sacks a year ago. I don't care where you're playing football. If you get 17 sacks, if you're playing Nerf football, that means you're a monster off the edge.
Yeah, it tells me you have a quick first step, and I'm pretty sure he has a quick first step, and he always has a spin move off of that.
And we've seen his bull rush, which has been fairly impressive in training camp as well. Riley Leonard will hand it off, and the Ravens defense stout, giving up no yards on the first down run.
And that's one thing the Ravens defense has always been prideful on, is stopping the run first, making a offense one-dimensional, put them in path situations, and then you let your rushers go after them.
While this is in no way, shape, or form resembling the names we'll see in the regular season, the stats are fairly typical of a Ravens game. The Ravens have 119 yards rushing, the Colts 43. Riley Leonard under blitz pressure, his pass is knocked down. Terrific play by William Quenku, who reached up and batted the ball down. 3rd-year player out of Temple.
Yeah, that's a really good job of getting the depth, finding and reaching out. See how he got depth. He looked at the last second and reached up with that left hand and got that tip.
A lot of different ways to get to the NFL. Quinku was born in Cameroon, didn't come to the U.S. until he was 14. He was an undrafted rookie free agent with the Vikings in 22. Was on the Ravens practice squad a year ago. Bo Braid on the blitz. Pass deflected at the line, and it falls incomplete. And that time it was Aeneas Peebles, the 6th-round draft pick out of Virginia Tech, who got his hands on the ball.
Yeah, as he's rushing, if you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up and you can get those tips and overthrows. And luckily for the Colts, the ball landed on the ground.
So 2 athletic moves by the Ravens defense, and now the punt team comes on for Indy as the Colts opening drive of the 3rd quarter stalls at midfield. Time it will be Anthony Miller on the receiving end. Signals fair catch and makes it back to the 5-yard line. Ravens offense on the field for the first time in the 3rd quarter. When we get back, 21-9 Ravens lead it on the Ravens Game Day Network. Burns standing by with the University of Maryland football coach Mike Locksley.
Coach, it's our annual catch-up here at the Ravens preseason game. Good to see you. You brought the fellas with you as always. It almost looks like you got backup. If this goes the wrong way, I'm in trouble.
We got some big guys back here, man. But our yearly pilgrimage, we get to come here. I'm a big believer that these guys see what it looks like, get an opportunity to get a break from the dog days of camp, come support our big brothers up the road, and hopefully make some friends and fans that'll come check us out on Saturdays.
No doubt. What excites you as you guys are starting to build the 2025 version of the Terps?
I love the newness. It's a bunch of guys here. Some are for the first time going to suit up for us. We got some veteran players with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder based on how last year finished up. It's like Christmas in August for us, and we're excited about this upcoming season. Expect a bounce back from the Terps.
Give us a sense of just the grind that is the Big Ten these days and trying to compete, not just when it comes to Saturdays, but also just recruiting and bringing in the talent that you do have.
Yeah, the Big Ten is by far the best of both worlds, one of the strongest, if not the strongest academic conferences. But we also won a couple national championships the last few years, and for us, we get an opportunity to compete against the best each and every Saturday right down in Terpsville, and we love to have the fans from Baltimore come on down the road and help support our flagship university.
Lastly, stylistically, I know each year the roster dictates how you want to play. When you look at the way you built this roster, offensively most notably, what are some things that fans should expect?
Well, for us to be able to play well in November, we know we got to be able to run the ball and stop the run. Those are the 2 areas we haven't been very good at the last couple of years. Everyone knows we've got athletes, but we wanted to increase our toughness, play a physical brand, because the win in the Big Ten in November is going to be toughness and in the trenches.
Mike, always great to see you, man. Good luck.
Thank you. Great for having us. Thanks for having us.
Great to see Coach Locksley and his Terps players here at M&T Bank Stadium. A big year ahead in College Park for them as Devin Leary's pass is batted down in the end zone. And the Ravens are looking at a 3rd down and 11 coming up on their first offensive possession. Coach Locks looks like he's been hitting the gym. He looks terrific. He lost some weight. There's something about motivating your players when the coach is in better shape. I've seen it with John Harbaugh. I was talking with Jair Alexander, was talking about when he came to the Ravens. I said, what's the big difference here? He said, you come here and the coach can squat 400 pounds. I relayed that to John Harbaugh, and he said, it's 405. Everything's competitive.
Don't cheat me.
Everything's competitive. But it matters to the players. Leary on 3rd down, going deep, near side. He was looking for LeJohntay Wester, but that ball was thrown out of bounds and uncatchable. So the Ravens will punt the ball away with just under 11 minutes to play. LeJohntay Wester showing his speed in the special teams. Had a step on the defender.
He did get by him.
So check the box on, does LeJohntay Wester have speed? We know he had quicks. He has speed as well.
Yeah, a guy like that doesn't look like he's moving real fast, but his strides shows you get on top of you really, really fast as a defender.
Coleman Owen fields the punt by Jordan Stout, and Owen weaves his way across the 45 to the 46 of the Indianapolis Colts. 10:46 to play, 3rd quarter. Ravens 21, Colts 9 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
provided by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
It's the Ravens' 30th season in Baltimore, and single game tickets are on sale now. The schedule feature our home opener against the Browns, Monday Night Football at the Bank versus the Lions, and a rare Thanksgiving home game, Thanksgiving night against Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Visit BaltimoreRavens.com/tickets to lock in your seats today. Year 30 for the Ravens in Baltimore. Rod, quiz time. How long did the Colts play in Baltimore?
28.
31.
31.
Pretty close. 31 years. The Colts have been in Indianapolis 40 years. They've been in Indy longer than they were in Baltimore. And both teams, Colts and Ravens, went to 2 Super Bowls while in Baltimore. Colts 1-1, Ravens 2-0.
That's
first
a
down.
good stat right there.
To the air, and a big completion down to the 30-yard line of the Ravens as Indy strikes with a 24-yard gain. Laquan Treadwell spent some time with the Ravens, coming up big on the opening play of the second possession for Indy here in the second half. Riley Leonard continues at quarterback. And the Ravens will take a
Right to the
timeout.
snap. First charge, timeout, Baltimore, 30 seconds.
With 10:16. When they were in Baltimore, the Colts played 2 arguably of the most important championship games in league history that would change the direction of the league. The 58 NFL championship, the overtime game in which they beat the Giants, televised, changed, called the greatest game of all time, but it was a televised game. It went to overtime. It just took the league to a new level. And then, as painful as it was, Super Bowl III, where the Colts lose to Joe Namath and the Jets, that really set the stage for the realization that the merger was going to happen, that the AFL was legitimate. It completely legitimized the AFL, and it grew the NFL and its popularity. Again, as painful as it was for Baltimore Colt fans. And the tight end jumps for Indy.
Well, start. Offense number 80. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Jerry, you're a very good storyteller.
I appreciate that. I lived that story with Super Bowl III. My dad was an offensive line coach for the Baltimore Colts, and that was the longest offseason of my life. Did I cry? You better believe I cried. Back at the team hotel, I'm on the elevator with Johnny Unitas, Don Shula, my father, and I'm crying. And years later, I looked back and I thought, why was I crying? They were the ones who lost the Super Bowl. Ground game nets little for the Indianapolis Colts. And if you are of a certain age, and you remember Johnny Unitas and the Baltimore Colts, they were foundational.
I got one of his jerseys.
Johnny Unitas and the Baltimore Colts are foundational in the Baltimore Ravens because Steve Bisciotti, the owner of the Baltimore Ravens, was a huge Colts fan. There's a legendary photo of him meeting Unitas at training camp in Westminster.
Oh, wow.
Riley Leonard's pass is complete to the 26-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd and manageable for Indianapolis with 9.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
And all the guys who are getting playing time now, this is an opportunity to show not only the Baltimore Ravens that you belong in the National Football League, but 31 other teams that you belong in the National Football League.
We were talking about Johnny Unitas. You remember where he started his NFL career?
I didn't.
With the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Did he really?
They cut him and they kept a backup quarterback named Ted Marchibroda. And Unitas was picked up by the Baltimore Colts. Riley Leonard will scramble for the first down. He's to the 10, he's to the 5, and he's finally pushed out of bounds before he can break the plane. A 21-yard scramble for the former Golden Domer from Notre Dame.
Now the pass rush integrity, interior defensive lineman cannot go inside. 2 guys went inside. One has to stay outside in the B gap, and that's right where Leonard took off. Got that first down.
So now the Colts threatening to score their first touchdown of the night. Khalil Herbert in the backfield with Riley Leonard. Herbert with a carry. Pushes his way down to about 3. It'll be 2nd and goal from there. And again, these are not the names we'll be discussing once September 7th rolls around and the Ravens arrive in Buffalo. But these are the situations that they work on in practice throughout training camp. So what a great opportunity for young defensive players under the tutelage of Zach Orr to see what red zone defense is all about in this league. Riley Leonard hands it off and stopped just shy of the goal line is Khalil Herbert, setting up a 3rd down and goal from inches away. 7:37 to play, 3rd quarter.
You got to think they're going to run some type of inside zone if they don't do a quarterback sneak.
3rd quarter of tonight's broadcast brought to you by Safeway.
If I was Zach Orr, I'm bringing pressure. Try to hit him in the backfield.
Shotgun formation on 3rd and inches. Riley Leonard hands it off. Waiting for a signal, and there it is. Touchdown Indianapolis as Khalil Herbert breaks the plane, and the Colts have their first touchdown of the night. So Indy puts together an impressive 7-play, 54-yard touchdown drive. John Harbaugh not happy with the performance of some of his young defensive players on that Indianapolis drive.
Yeah, the big play was a deep over route, throw and catch.
Maddox Trujillo with the extra point attempt, rookie out of Temple. Trujillo's kick is right down the middle and good. 7:13 to play, 3rd quarter at M&T Bank Stadium. It's the Ravens 21, the Colts 16 on the Ravens Game Day Network. Part of the rookie experience when you come to the Ravens is learning the ways of Baltimore, and that means learning how to eat steamed crabs. If you think blitz packages are complex for young guys to pick up, eating crabs, that's next level.
I remember when I came here and I started doing that, and I'm like, how do you break it? How do you?
Unless you're raised here or you're with somebody who's from here, it is one of the great mysteries. Ravens kick return taken by Dayton Wade across the 20. Out to the 25-yard line. The first time you sit down to eat steamed crabs, the thought has to cross your mind. How hungry was the first person who figured this out?
Now you really have to work to get the meat out of there.
And the trick is to have a lot of other things like corn and summer salad to eat as well, because otherwise you'll never fill up. And then eventually you get to a certain age, I'm past that age, where you just decide, you know what, crab cakes are easier.
That is absolutely true.
Power I formation for the Ravens to start the drive with Dearness Johnson in the backfield. Leary off the play fake, has time. His pass is caught by LeJonte Wester. Took a big hit, held on. He'll get 11 yards and a 1st down. So the night continues to shine for the 6th-round draft pick, LeJonte Wester, rookie out of Colorado. Now you talk about going from one style of head coach to another. He plays for Deion Sanders at Colorado, and now John Harbaugh, 2 very effective coaches, proof that you can be completely different in style and still enjoy a great deal of success. But you could not ask for 2 different styles of head coaching. Leary lofts it near side, and that one sails incomplete. He was looking for Keith Kirkwood, but he was looking to the outside. Kirkwood looking to the inside. Anthony Miller will check in as Leary huddles the Ravens. Leary getting the lion's share of the work tonight. Cooper Rush played the first quarter, and then it's been Devin Leary since. Ernest Johnson in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Out to about the 38-yard line. Let's head down to the field where Evan Washburn standing by with Ravens edge rusher Kyle Van Noy.
Kyle, great to see you. Welcome to the 2025 season, man. How we feeling?
Man, good. Great to be seen, especially like you. Thank you.
Appreciate that. I want to get your perspective when David Ojabo puts that hit on Anthony Richardson to start this game. You play that position. You know what that feels like. What's going through your mind?
Man, Ajabo's hit, I mean, I feel bad for the quarterback. I think he came out of the game, so I hope he's all right. But, I mean, what an excitement play to have just a clean hit on the quarterback. It was a clean hit, so it wasn't, you know, high or low, right in the strike zone where you teach. And to start off a game like that, that's how you want to start.
Somebody else making some plays, too. LaJohntay Wester's having a day.
All night. He's been making plays all night. Already had a touchdown. He's representing Florida, Broward County. I always tell everybody I have so many Florida teammates that I feel like I'm from Florida.
For you, when you're in this position where you're watching some of the young guys, what excites you about the depth that maybe this team has built?
You know, you got to give a bunch of credit to the coaches and the guys making those decisions of finding the talent that they have. The talent we have this year and with the depth is really, really good. I've been impressed with the way the young guys have stepped up. Their energy is just awesome. It gets me juiced up and makes me feel like I'm young in the game, like a rookie playing, because the type of energy they bring to the table and how hard they play, you know, I love being around them.
You're playing like a young man. What's clicked for you the last 2 years, Kyle?
Honestly, you know, just kind of that one more shot mentality that I've been talking about on my socials, and then just the mentality that I have that, you know, you never know when your time was up. I didn't get picked up after the 2022 season, so I signed here week 3, and I want to just prove to my family and myself that I'm right. You know, a lot of people do it for the naysayers. I do it for the team that believes in me, and it's been fun to just focus on pass rushing. You know, Matt Robinson and Chuck Smith, Coach Weave, who's now the D coordinator down in Miami, has helped me out a lot. And so I'm just continuing to get better, and I've had great teammates, and I just want to win. That's all I want to do is win.
You've been around greatness. What do you think makes this team special as you get into this season?
Yeah, being around greatness, for sure, it starts with the quarterback. Lamar Jackson, he's one-on-one. You also have elite talent from Kyle Hamilton to Roquan Smith, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews. I could keep going all day. I could list all my teammates, but you got to have those type of guys to win. But at the end of the day, you got to be close. And this is a close, tight-knit group, and we're hungry. We're humble, and we're hungry. We've gone through a lot these last 2 years, and you know, we don't shy away from it. We know we have a good roster, but it doesn't mean anything until we show up week 1 and see what we're going to do.
One of the best stories in the NFL the last couple of seasons. Pump for you, my man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. You're the man.
Good to see you. All right, Tyler Loop's going to try and put one through the uprights here.
From 46 yards, the rookie, Tyler Loop, the 6th-round draft pick. His kick is long enough, but it curls wide left. No good. So Tyler Loop disappointed with the outcome there as he had his first field goal try of the night. And he hooks it wide left. Tyler Loop has shown all kind of leg strength, but strength is only part of the equation. Just pulled it a little bit to the left. And the learning curve continues for the rookie out of Arizona. Indianapolis will take control of the ball at their 37-yard line as Tyler Loop visits with Randy Brown, the Ravens kicking coach and senior special teams coach. As Ulysses Bentley IV will get the carry. It's an elegant name.
Wow.
Ulysses Bentley IV.
Sounds like he belongs in the UK.
Say good man. Run thee to a fare thee well. Just under 4 minutes to play, third quarter here in Baltimore, with the Ravens holding to a 21-16 lead. It's Riley Leonard at quarterback, pocket collapsing, and Leonard can't get out of it this time. And that time the Ravens bringing the pressure from C.J. Ravenel. Ravenel, a practice squad player a year ago.
Yeah, did a great job of disengaging and getting back to his lane to get that sack on Leonard.
And Aeneas Peebles, 6th round pick, also on the stop. If it seems like I'm saying a 6th round pick a lot tonight, it's because the Ravens had 5 6th round picks this year. Inside handoff. And the Ravens make the stop as Ulysses Bentley IV runs into a 4th down for Indianapolis, and the punt team will come on. Well, as we take a look at Aeneas Peebles, he's not a huge guy, Rod, at 6'1", 283, but the Ravens are impressed with his explosiveness.
I mean, it's not about the whole size, but if you're strength to power, power to speed, and you can disengage in the interior or defensive line, you can make a lot of plays.
I mean, Aaron Donald was not the biggest defensive tackle you ever saw,
but he was strong and powerful,
and one of the best you ever saw. Rigoberto Sanchez's punt, fielded by a fair catch for Anthony Miller. Ravens ball when we get back. 21-16, Ravens in front on the Ravens Game Day Network. For our offensive player of the game, Keaton Mitchell. He scored the Ravens' first touchdown. He has been explosive in every phase of the game. Kick returns, running the ball. And Rod, he just gives offensive coordinator Todd Monken so many more options to consider.
I tell you what, he's back. Derrick Henry, Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell. I just don't know how you play. Can you go wishbone?
Can you run the ball 60 times? Don't forget, you have a guy who can run the ball named Lamar Jackson, who can also throw the ball. Had a 4,000-yard passing season a year ago.
Absolutely.
Devin Leary continues at quarterback as Ernest Johnson takes a big hit after a gain to the 12.
That's what we should tell Todd Monken. Todd, I think you should have a package. We're going to go to the wing tee again.
Why not? Wing tee, single wing. Did you ever play electric football when you were a little kid? You line the ball, you just put all guys in an 11-man straight line.
Yeah.
And the back 6 guys are all running backs.
Dan, you have no idea what we're talking about, do you?
Anybody who remembers electric football, you turn the buzzer on and the players would vibrate on the board.
He's like,
it was pure chaos. It was pre-digital. Ernest Johnson on the swing pass will only get a couple, setting up a 3rd down and about 5 for the Ravens.
Did they even have a football?
There's a little piece of felt shaped like a football that you put it on one of the players' base. Everybody who grew up playing Madden has no idea what we're talking about, but I'm telling you, it was as good as it got because it was pre-digital.
Oh, it was fun to watch.
My teams were the Colts and the Packers.
Colts and the Packers.
Those are my teams on the game we had. Oh yeah, and if you didn't have your guys set right, they would just rotate in circles. Third down and 5. Devin Leary trying to stay out of a circle himself. He'll escape the pocket and he runs for the first down.
He got it.
Leary showing some athleticism, good decision making.
There we go.
In the final minute of the 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter is brought to you by Safeway. Devin Leary with the scramble keeps the offense on the board.
Players like when quarterbacks are gritty and tough like that, it's going to take a hit to get the first down.
Lucas Scott in at fullback. Ernest Johnson is the tailback. 20 seconds left in quarter number 3. Johnson with the carry. Steps out of one tackle. Churns his way out to the 25-yard line on what will likely be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter left to play here in the preseason opener with the Ravens in front of Indianapolis. 21-16. Now John Harbaugh wants to see his young players finish strong here on the Ravens Game Day Network. 21-16. Ravens will have a 2nd and 6 as Devin Leary tries to keep things rolling for the Ravens. Keaton Mitchell with a big first half, 9 carries and a touchdown. Rasheen Ali making a statement that, hey, he belongs in that running back room as well, Rod.
Yeah, he is definitely saying, hey, don't forget about me.
And we talked in the pregame about the young edge rushers for the Ravens. They've delivered a pair of sacks tonight, as Cooper Rush made his Ravens debut in the first quarter. It's been Devin Leary ever since. Leary will hand it to Dearness Johnson, and Johnson plows his way out to the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 1 coming up.
You look at Cooper Rush and Leary, who are the backup quarterbacks for Lamar Jackson, and Todd Monken, as he makes his game plans when the season starts, they're going to be different game plans.
It would have to be, because you're not going to really run the read option with Cooper Rush.
No, there's no read.
It's not his game.
You can do the RPOs,
yeah,
but not the zone reads and all that with those two individuals.
It's a very different style of players. And the Ravens on 3rd and 1 are stuffed. Dearness Johnson had nowhere to go, and he lost a couple of inches. So now the Ravens facing a 4th down, and the punt team will trot on.
They try to do a jump cut and get back outside like they did for the touchdown. That time they were stopped.
So in the regular season, you feel very uncomfortable in this setting. A 5-point lead, 14 minutes left to play in the game. Jordan Stout hits a beauty. And he hangs it in the air for Spencer Schrader, who is taken down shy of the 20-yard line. For each sack made by the Ravens during the 2025 season, Constellation, America's leading producer of clean and reliable energy, will send one group of students to visit the Maryland Science Center. To learn more, visit BaltimoreRavens.com/sacks for science. The sack that came in the first quarter was from David Ajabo, a lights-out hit that took Anthony Richardson out of the game.
He came untouched. That is like the quarterback's worst nightmare.
David Ajabo has been looking to reestablish himself on the edge of this Zach Orr defense. Took a step in that direction tonight. Riley Leonard with a rollout pass, complete out to the 24-yard line. Coleman Owen on the reception. Riley Leonard's a good-looking athlete. The Indianapolis Colts selected in the 6th round. 6'3", 216.
He moves a lot better than I thought he was going to move.
He has Ulysses Bentley IV with him in the backfield. Double tight end look for the Colts. Bentley will carry. Slips through the line, crosses the 30 and out to the 35-yard line as Indianapolis picks up a 1st down. So here's where Zach Orr wants to find out which of the young players who could potentially make up some depth spots or practice squad spots can stand up to this situation, which is a very real regular season situation. 5-point game. Opponent has the ball. They have a little momentum. Can you get the stop? Who can make a play that gets a stop or forces a turnover? You simulate it at camp all week long, but now you get a chance to actually do it. Bentley around the edge. He's got room to run. Flag is down. Bentley to the Ravens 35.
There was a hole.
Ushered out of bounds.
Didn't see the receiver to the outside. The receiver held the cornerback coming in.
During the run, holding. Offense number 13. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Quan Treadwell with the hold.
They're just coming in. He gets his hands on the outside, watch him, and then grabs.
And Marquise Robinson had no shot at setting the edge once he got wrapped up by Treadwell.
And Treadwell was that veteran receiver. Thought he got away with it.
Riley Leonard to throw. Wants to throw a screen pass. Turfs it at the feet of his target. Not sure why they were calling that.
That was a
slow whistle. That should have been an incomplete pass. There it is. Now they ruled it incomplete.
I was going to say, did the ball hit the ground?
Not sure if one of the officials thought that was a backward pass, but it's clearly a forward
Game
pass.
clock operator, please reset the game clock to 12 minutes and 6 seconds. 12:06 on the clock.
So now the Ravens have a shot at a stop. It's 2nd down and long, 2nd and 15. Zach Orr is looking to see if his young unit can keep the Colts from converting. Riley Leonard will throw, blitz pressure coming. Leonard's flushed from the pocket. He's in trouble. Hit back at the 5, and he throws it incomplete. That's got to be a grounding.
That is grounding.
That has got to be a grounding.
Nobody's there, so it has to be grounding. Come together, make the call.
The officials will huddle. There can be no doubt that this will be a grounding penalty. There were 3 offensive linemen in the vicinity. That's not going to get the job done.
They're not calling it.
Here comes the verdict.
Oh, there's the flag.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 15. Although the quarterback made it outside the pocket, there was no receiver in the area. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Lost it down. 2nd down.
And even though they ruled him outside the pocket, he still has to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. If there's no receiver in the area, the quarterback has to get the ball past the line of scrimmage to avoid a grounding. Shane Steichen doesn't like the call, but it is the correct call. And now the Ravens defense has a chance to come up with a big turnover here, because Indianapolis can't possibly have a good play in the playbook for 3rd and 38.
Yeah, normally you're just going to run some type of draw inside.
Inside handoff to Ulysses Bentley, the 4th. He'll get out to the 10. The punt team comes on. So great pass rush pressure, the key for the Ravens defense on that Colt possession.
And possibly can give the Ravens good field position.
See a lot of the young guys who put in a lot of work at camp. William Kwenku, Kyman Rucker, Chandler Martin, Jay Higgins, all getting a chance to get after the quarterback. Rigoberto Sanchez punts it to Anthony Miller, fields it cleanly at the 42, heads to the far side, and is ushered out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Ravens ball when we get back to M&T Bank Stadium. 21-16, Ravens lead it on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Ravens football is brought to you by Constellation, the Baltimore Ravens official clean energy provider. By M&T Bank, the official bank of your Baltimore Ravens. By DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the Baltimore Ravens. And by MedStar Health, the trusted medical team of the Baltimore Ravens and you. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Great starting field position for Devin Leary and the Ravens. They'll have the ball at their 47-yard line. Just a reminder that this season, for every Ravens touchdown, Baltimore area Toyota dealers donate $500 to Kennedy Krieger. So tonight, that's $1,500 so far for Kennedy Krieger from Toyota. A big night for Ravens rookie LeJante Wester, an 87-yard punt return for a touchdown, and he leads the Ravens in receiving tonight with 2 receptions for 41 yards. It's Dearness Johnson in the backfield. Leary remains at quarterback. Off the play fake, Leary batted down at the line. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Tim Smith got a hand on that one for Indianapolis.
Indianapolis has played gritty defense after that first quarter.
Three receivers split to the right. And look out.
Oh,
Leary with the fake.
He kept it.
As Dearness Johnson got leveled off the fake, and Leary gets around the edge and picks up about 5 on the run.
Nice little zone read. Zone read. You see him crashing down, and then Leary is reading that end that's crashing down. He's going to the running back, though. I mean, he keeps it and gets outside for a nice little gain.
That is exactly how you are supposed to play the read option, at least offensively. Leary on 3rd and 5, pocket collapsing. He'll escape. Can he get the first down? It'll be just shy at the 44-yard line. Kind of a situation
I think John's
he'll
going
go for it.
I think John's going for it.
Unless you want to test out Tyler Loop with a 62-yard kick. He's got the leg strength. Instead, it's probably a tush push. Leary trying to draw the Colts offside with the hard count. Plenty of time on the play clock at 12. Now Leary stands up. Going back to the hard count. And it didn't fool him.
Play game, offense, 5-yard penalty.
You know, as we
4th down.
went through the whole season last year, it felt like the Ravens went for it a lot on 4th down. They only went for it on only 15 times through
Really?
the regular season.
Yeah,
now
it felt like a lot more than that.
It felt like a great deal more than that. I was really surprised by that. Now they did convert over half of those, which is a good percentage. But I just thought they did it more than I was thinking it's like 25-ish.
It's probably the psychological impact of a 4th down play when you go for it. It just carries so much weight.
I believe so.
Jordan Stout will punt. Coleman Owen is deep for the Colts. These two teams will not see each other in the regular season. Owen settles under it with a fair catch, and he makes it in front of Bo Braid. 21-16, Ravens continue to lead here in the 4th quarter on the Ravens Game Day Network. Time to shine a spotlight on Adisa Isaac as our defensive player of the game, a 3rd-round pick a year ago. Hamstring injuries limited him to only 4 games last year, but he's healthy this year. And Rob, we're seeing some burst from this young man.
Yeah, if he can stay healthy, he can get in that rotation of being that edge rusher, knowing that's what makes this Baltimore Ravens defense so special, getting after the quarterback and stopping the run.
Brings great speed and great lean off the edge. Key for him, stay healthy. Last year, a hamstring injury kept him out of training camp. When a rookie misses a large chunk of training camp, they're just so far behind. It's almost impossible to catch up.
That's hard.
Riley Leonard continues at quarterback for Indianapolis. He'll hand it off in a big hole for Ulysses Bentley as we take a look at this edge group for the Ravens. Kyle Van Noy is the veteran. Mike Green to the right of your screen is the rookie. Isaac, a 3rd-round pick a year ago. Tavius Robinson has become a force as an edge setter. He plays with heavy hands, really sets the edge. And then Adafe Owe is a guy who has grown each year, and you have to hope that this is the year he breaks through and becomes a Pro Bowl player.
Absolutely. They have the pieces.
And don't forget David Ajabo, we saw with a big sack in the 1st half. Nice catch for a 1st down for Indianapolis.
Kyle Van Noy, they probably call him Grandpa now in the locker room.
They will if they hear this broadcast. You just opened the door to that one.
But once you get to 10 years plus, yeah, Grandpa's an okay name to be called in the locker room.
Kyle Van Noy is a guy who a couple of years ago.
Baltimore is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass. The play is under review.
So take a look at the Jelani Woods catch. This coach's challenge brought to you by Goal Vision. We'll step aside here on the Ravens Game Day Network. Ravens lost the challenge on the catch by Jelani Woods. It stands as a catch, so the Ravens will lose a timeout. The Woods catch stands, and the Colts pick up a 1st down with 8:18 left to play in the ball game. Ravens continue to hold on to the 21-7 16 lead.
You couldn't see, like, he bobbled it, but you couldn't see the ball where it was at when his arm hit the ground. You couldn't see the ball itself, so you couldn't overturn it. It has to be physical video evidence to overturn that call on the field.
Desmond Igbinosun had the coverage. Rookie free agent out of Rutgers. So now the Ravens defense facing another test. Try to hold on to this lead. Zach Orr has a close eye on his young group of 11. Trying to put the brakes on Riley Leonard and the Colts offense. Leonard throws complete outside the numbers, and spinning forward for a couple of tough yards is Coleman Owen.
And they brought pressure from the defensive left side.
That's Jay Higgins with a big hit for the Ravens.
Yeah, that's a really good. Anytime you run that little smoke screen outside, your outside backers got to put their foot in the ground and come outside to make that tackle, to help make the tackle.
That's what he did, and he limits the Colts to a 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7. Leonard on the rollout, under pressure, throws incomplete. Good pass rush pressure by Kyman Rucker, a rookie free agent out of North Carolina. Kyman Rucker is also showing up on the draft boards in the Canadian Football League. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers have the negotiating rights to him if things don't work out for him in the NFL. Good to have options.
It definitely is.
Did you ever get drafted by the CFL?
I did not, sir.
Me either. Riley Leonard, pocket collapsing, and his pass is intercepted. Picked off by Jay Higgins. And the Ravens' young defense comes up big with 7.5 minutes left to play.
Yeah, one thing that Leonard will learn, that if you keep looking outside and looking outside, the defense is going to see your eyes, and they're going to float that way.
So Jay Higgins, who had a great play on the run, has an even better play on the pass. Well, he just stepped right into the passing lane, didn't he?
And I don't even know if, I know he was trying to get the ball to the outside receiver, but that ball wasn't even close.
You think coaches are invested in their players? Look at Zach Orr's reaction. Pure joy to see Jay Higgins, a rookie out of Iowa, come up with a big series, capping it with a big play. And in Iowa, he played for Kirk Ferentz.
Is any Zach players older than him? How old is that?
Probably Kyle Van Noy.
That's what I'm thinking.
He's about, I would imagine, just about the same age. Ernest Johnson with a nice run inside the 30-yard line as the Ravens look to put the seal on this win. Take another look at this play by Jay Higgins.
He does a great job. He gets out, eyes to the quarterback. He goes out to he sees him, and just good pressure. And that's one thing that Leonard will learn. You can't throw the ball in that situation.
Talked about the fact that you're not just playing for your own team here for your young player, you're playing for the other 31 teams in the league. Here's a young guy who just showed he's got good athleticism, can drop well in zone coverage, and has good hands.
And we just found out that Kyle Van Noy is older than his defensive coordinator.
I can believe that.
So do you have, does Zach have to call him sir?
Never. Not once you're the coach. Not once you're the coach. When you're the DC, you're the boss.
This in respecting your elders?
I think you're walking a fine line there. I think it's respecting power more than elders there.
Isn't that right?
Power I formation for the Ravens, and Ernest Johnson will get the carry. The difference when a player is older than a coach is that a player is, as and I'm quoting Kyle Van Noy here, the end is closer than the beginning. If you're Zach Orr, you're just at the beginning.
No, he absolutely.
The upside is enormous for Zach Orr. And if you look over time, Ravens defensive coordinators tend to grow into head coaches. You saw it with Marvin Lewis, Mike Nolan, Rex Ryan, Chuck Pagano.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me to see that become the
False
future
start.
for Zach
Offense
Orr.
number 78, 5-yard penalty, third down.
Kind of mental mistake the offensive coaches are not happy to see. Have a chance to put this thing away.
And the one thing that all those defense coordinators had going for them, all their defenses were really good.
Absolutely.
So if the defense continues to perform the way they have last year under Zach Orr, and he keeps doing that for the near future, he has a great opportunity to lead his own team one day.
The other player who on the Ravens defense is older than Zach Orr is Brent Urban.
Is he?
Did you ever play for a coach who was younger than you?
Yes. When I got a little, 17 years into it, some of my coaches
That's what happens,
realized,
sure.
Yeah.
And did they call you sir?
No. I don't know if I called them sir though either.
Did they call you what we always call you, Hall of Famer Rod Woodson?
No, I was not a Hall of Famer at that moment.
Yes, you were. It was at that moment it was a given. But by the time you came to Baltimore, it was a given.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Oh, I do. Trust me, we all knew. and I applaud you for the humility, but trust me, Rod. My wife grew up in Pittsburgh, and her family were all huge Steeler fans, and in their household, they called you Rod God. So people knew big things were ahead for you. And here he is, Tyler Loop, the 6th-round draft pick, the rookie kicker, a 52-yard field goal attempt. From the right hash mark. Loop from 52. Kick on the way. It has plenty of distance. It is right down the middle and good. Tyler Loop from 52. And not only do you like to see the leg strength, you'd like to see that he rebounded from a miss earlier in the game.
Absolutely. He made that easily.
That's the young man we've been watching throughout training camp. And if you looked at that kick, not only was it good from 52 easily, it went into the net, which means that would have been good from about 65. That's the type of leg strength we're talking about. And again, the kicking specialist Randy Brown I was talking with before the game, he said, people get on Loop a little bit because he maybe he had a couple of misses in training camp. He said you have to keep in mind this is a kid who has to actually relearn how to kick at this level. At the college level, you're kicking outside of the uprights because the hash marks are much wider.
Right.
It's a smaller ball. In the NFL, it's a different shaped ball, so you have to have a different strike point, a different approach. It's a very different game. Colt kick return will take the ball to the 25-yard line. Let's take another look at that kick from Tyler Loop. This is from 52. And watch where this ball will wind up. Not only through the uprights, but look at the net. It's deep into the net. So you know the kid has the leg strength. Now you know he has the resilience to bounce back from a miss. He's showing you a lot of things you want on a kid who's going to be a kicker, not just in the NFL, but on a potentially great team, because you know you're going to have games that are going to come down to a last-second field goal. And are you made of the right stuff?
And I wonder, every kicker has his point. Like, is he a right hash kicker, middle of the field kicker, left hash kicker? And once he gets to that point, because I remember that the field goal that he missed, I would believe it was in the middle of the field. He pulled it a little bit. But if he's a right hash kicker, then we know every time that we need to get to the right or have that critical moment, we need to get to the right hash.
Grew up in Lucas, Texas. Population of 8,000.
Lucas, Texas.
So a home game for the Ravens will have almost 10 times as many people as he grew up with in his hometown. That's a big leap for a young man.
It is. Well, he went to Arizona, though. They had some sold-out crowds there.
And by the end of the season, he may be shaving.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he has.
That is a baby-faced young man, isn't he?
Yeah, I think the hair is just starting to come in.
Well, that is a young man who's going to have a huge responsibility because
I'm telling you, that's when I saw him in the elevator, I thought he was around 15.
And he is the guy who is replacing the guy. Riley Leonard's pass is batted down. Nice play by TJ Tampa. And with 3:35 remaining, the Colts in kind of hurry up mode now here as they trail by 8, and the Ravens defense trying to seal this one in the win. Keep in mind that even if the Colts do score, they wouldn't go for a 2-point conversion because there is no overtime in preseason. Riley Leonard on 2nd down and 10. Ravens bring blitz pressure, and Leonard's pass, big hits. Terrific hit off the corner from Marquise Robinson, the rookie out of Arkansas.
Robinson, no, puts his foot in the ground and comes up and makes the tackle.
Shoulder to the chest.
They played a lot of man, and that time Zach Orr called a zone, and he was sitting out there for him.
Coaches call it cut-ups, where they take things that players do in different situations. Zach Orr is going to put that on his tackling cut-up reel because that was form tackling right there. 3rd down and 10 for Indy. Ravens showing more blitz pressure. They'll bring a little bit, and Riley Leonard's pass is complete to the 42, and that's going to be shy of the 1st down.
They're going to go for it.
Shane Steichen will go for it. Steichen now in his 3rd year as the Colts head coach. 17-17 in his first 2 seasons, looking for that breakthrough year. Some people put him on the list of coaches who are on the hot seat. What head coach in this league doesn't live on the hot seat? It's got to be the most high pressure job, one of in all of sports.
It is.
Leonard backing away from the pocket, throws complete for a 1st down just across midfield. As Landon Parker, a rookie out of Troy, they're ruling it incomplete. They're going to say he trapped it off the top of the grass. So the Ravens take over on downs with 2:43 left to play, and now a chance to put this game away. So Zach Orr has to be pleased with the fact that his young defensive players.
Couldn't see
I don't know
it.
about that.
I don't know. Did it?
I don't know why Shane Steichen wouldn't challenge that.
I mean, you only can lose a timeout.
Right. We're not under 2 minutes. Shane Steichen talking.
He can't challenge it
to the referee. Yes, he can. We're not under 2 minutes, so he can challenge it.
I would challenge it. He said it's a catch.
We just saw it and it looked like a catch. It looked like a catch to the naked eye. It looked like a catch to the first replay.
It'll be 1st down and 10 for Indianapolis at the 46-yard line.
So he didn't have to challenge it. Instead, that was where the booth helped to. And this is an important feature with NFL officiating now.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
where you want the booth to let the crew know. Okay, you missed that call. These are all humans. They're going to make mistakes. It's great to have the booth and the technology to keep a mistake in the regular season from impacting the outcome of a game. So now the game takes on a little different dimension as the Colts retain possession with 2:50 left to play, trailing by 8. They will spot the forward progress all the way back to the Colt 46. Shane Steichen, you can tell from the look in his face, he's wondering, wait a second, ball carrier got the ball across midfield.
Yeah, when he caught it, that's a head scratcher.
Preseason for everybody. Myself included. We're all getting back up to speed. Riley Leonard to throw. His pass is caught. Big hit at midfield. And that time it was Keandre Jackson, a rookie out of Illinois State, who sawed the receiver in half after a gain of 5. Your back hurts watching a play like that. Leonard on 2nd and 5 with 2:17 left to play. His pass is caught at the 45, and that'll be good for a first down as Marquise Robinson comes up and makes the stop. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning.
This is the 2-minute warning.
All right, one last bout of pressure for this young Ravens defense. 2 minutes left to play in the preseason opener. Ravens up 24-16 on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, our departure has been delayed.
Yes. Are you kidding me, man? Why are you so happy?
I'm watching the game.
Seriously?
Yeah, with NFL Plus.
Get live, local, and primetime games on mobile with NFL Plus.
Unfortunately, our flight has been delayed another hour.
NFL Plus. Keep the NFL in reach.
MVP!
2 minutes left to play in the preseason opener. The Ravens lead by 8. Indy with a 3rd and inches. They spotted the ball just shy. This is where the regular season you're going to see the Sony Hawkeye technology. And remember that the chain gang is an estimate. The yellow line you see on your screen would be the digital first down where you have to get the ball to, and that's the technology that is now going to be used to measure first down. To the ground game, and this will be a first down and plenty all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Is Khalil Herbert.
They definitely didn't have the edge set.
Now with 1:53 left to play, Indianapolis knocking at the door. Zach Orr's young defense has stood up to the challenge here throughout the 4th quarter, but they're going to have one last big challenge here. Again, there's no overtime, but this is all the stuff you've worked on in training camp, trying to bring it together and see which of the young players can make a play in a critical situation. Riley Leonard with time. His pass is complete down to the 23-yard line. Keon Martin had the coverage for the Ravens. Leonard's a good-looking young quarterback. Colts might have something here. His pass is batted down at the line. C.J. Ravenel got a hand on the ball. Speaking of hand, we saw a picture of Anthony Richardson's right hand and his throwing hand after the big sack in the first half from David Ajabo dislocated his pinky. I mean, it's nasty. He's got 4 fingers going north and 1 going east. So that's why we didn't see Richardson after that play. Also, one injury of note to Ravens rookie cornerback Bilal Kone, taken off with a knee injury and did not return. And that injury report brought to you by the Baltimore Banner. Colts now looking at a 3rd down and 5. Riley Leonard in the gun. Ravens rush 4. Leonard throws. His pass incomplete. No flag at the 10-yard line. Good coverage by Keandre Jackson.
And they're challenging them. They're playing man-to-man, knowing they're going to run rub routes. And they're sticking to the receivers.
So these are the fun scenarios to play out. I always try to think, if this were September 7th, you play this out, you got 1:25 left. If you get a stop here, it's not quite the game because the Colts still have 3 timeouts. But it will be awfully close once fall arrives.
Watch the running back coming out of the backfield. He's open.
Leonard's pass is deflected at the line. And the Ravens will take over on down.
And he was open.
Jay Higgins with another big play. So the rookie from Iowa, an undrafted rookie free agent, steps up and has a huge second half. Mentioned earlier, he played for head coach Kirk Ferentz at Iowa. Football is such a small world. Kirk Ferentz was the Ravens' first offensive line coach under Ted Marchibroda when the Ravens first came to town 30 years ago.
The first 2 years.
Yep. And then you came in year 3.
I came in year 3.
And that was the year that Kirk Ferentz went on to become the head coach at Iowa. Ernest Johnson will carry for the Ravens. He'll get it out close to the 30-yard line. And Shane Steichen will use a timeout.
Indianapolis, 30 seconds.
Fourth quarter of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Toyota. So for Todd Monken, it's year 3.
Just get one first down, the game is over.
And Ravens players have all said the leap in this offense from year 1 to year 2 was tremendous. They can't wait to see what it becomes here in year 3. A 7,000-yard offense a year ago. First ever in Ravens history. Ernest Johnson will carry to the right side, backs his way to the 32-yard line. It'll be third down and short. As the Colts use their second of 3 timeouts. The accomplishments under Todd Monken are just staggering. The only NFL team with 7,000 yards of total offense. They average almost 7 yards per play.
When you have Derrick Henry, but the key to the engine to this whole car is Lamar Jackson.
Well, when you start talking about those names, you realize that you can't just run because you have Lamar Jackson. He had a 4,000-yard passing yard last year. And Ernest Johnson will carry. He should have the first down. He does.
Third final charge, timeout.
And with 1:06 left to play in the preseason opener, the Hayes in the barn.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why you called the last timeout. I guess you use them all because you can't take them with you.
So, like I said, it's preseason. Everybody's trying to do different things.
Well, you're
trying to force a turnover.
You definitely have a script that you're trying to go through.
It's victory formation now for this Ravens offense. But to talk about the offense a year ago, first NFL offense in the history of the league to have 4,000 yards passing, 3,000 yards rushing in the same season.
That is pretty amazing, but Lamar Jackson makes his engine go. I mean, just think about, you give it a ball to Derrick Henry, and then Lamar holds it, and he keeps it. And that's when he's dynamic. When he gets out of the pocket, he makes every defense coordinator have nightmares before they play him.
And then this year you add DeAndre Hopkins to the receiving corps, a guy who is already on the same page with Lamar, who can make adjustments like a veteran receiver will. So when Lamar extends plays, and now you're no longer running an executable play, you're running a play that's on the fly. The combination of DeAndre Hopkins.
Operator, please reset the game clock to 58 seconds. Reset the play clock to 40 seconds and start both on my whistle.
That combination will be so much fun to watch unfold this year.
Absolutely.
So we've got an awful lot to look forward to in the 2025 campaign ahead. Preseason game number 1 goes to the victory column. And there's DeAndre Hopkins, guy who's had a positive impact, to say the very least, on the receiver room. Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, all talking about his maturity. And that'll do it for the Ravens as this one goes in the win column. Our final score, Ravens 24, Colts 16. As John Harbaugh walks across the field. Rod, let's walk over to you and get your final thoughts on tonight's game.
Well, first of all, the running game and Mitchell looks exciting. Wester had a breakout game. He's shown that he can play in the National Football League. Now you just got to keep finding your backup offensive lineman. I think you got to find your third safety, and who's going to be that fourth corner.
Those answers we will look as the Ravens now turn their attention to next week on the road in Dallas. Preseason week 1 goes to the Ravens as they beat the Colts 24-16. The postgame is straight ahead on the Ravens Game Day Network.